Ben. Can you guys hear me?
Oh, we can hear you.
I gotta get my notes ready.
Subscribe today, Tommy, if
We're
you love
live.
movies.
Shut up.
Hey, look at boobies.
Uh-oh.
I like movies. Hey, Cinema Gulp, where are ya? Help!
Hey, take it easy.
But I lost Cinema Gulp.
Stay calm. Just go to YouTube to subscribe and hit the bell for all the latest videos.
Hey, we're Cinema Gulp, and we drink your cinema.
Thanks, Joe. Now I can subscribe.
And subscribing is half the battle.
You know what? You don't have an answer for that, do you? You, man. I'm sorry.
I like beer. It makes me a jolly good fellow.
Hey, remember when.
Is this thing up? Yo!
Hey, Ben.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Ben, did you need a second? Do you want me to put you backstage, or are you good?
Oh no, I can finish this up while you do your intro.
Sorry, like you came on at perfect time, dude. I just we were just starting, so just
Hey,
want to
man.
make sure you're good to go. Don't want to leave
Thank
you
you,
hanging.
sir.
Hey, everybody.
Thank you.
Welcome to Cinema Gulp. It's Hump Day Happy Hour. Triple H, if you consider Hump Day one word, which here we in fact do. I'm joined as always by my co-host, the Ayatollah of Flat Coca-Cola, the melatonin of mescaline. It's Scotty R37.
I resemble that remark.
And joined, this is a nice occasion. It's my co-host of Flights and Flicks. It's Ben 2, otherwise known as Ben S.
Yes. Hey everybody, how's it going?
The other Ben. Hey, dude. You're definitely when I just thought of this idea out of nowhere, I was like, I want to see if Ben. God, I hope Ben can do this because
I'm glad this one worked out, man.
yeah, because I know this is right up your alley today.
Definitely, man.
Hey, and let's welcome on
Hey.
Elvirus.
Hey.
Hey. Hey, get an applause.
Cat,
this
a
time.
cat queen of ketamine. It's oh, what do you got there, Joanne? What are you drinking?
You know, I kind of like made this up. It's lemon flavored vodka with limoncello.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, wow.
It's just straight alcohol right there. Cheers! to
Yeah,
that.
it is. What's it? Ice cubes to dilute it a little
Yeah,
bit.
I've got a Stoli and water here, so it's
Good.
nice and delicious. What about you there, Scotty?
PBR.
Yeah, stupid question.
Ooh, nice, Scotty.
Stupid question.
Nice.
Ben, do you have a libation, sir? Are
Yeah, normally I'm a PBR guy, but I was feeling a little, worldly, so I got some Tiske.
Oh,
Nice
right.
Polish beer. Yeah, there you go. Got a few of those. And then
Ben and I have.
I
Ben
got
and
one
I-
of these.
We spoil. Ben and I spoil ourselves on Flights and Flicks. We have some of the greatest beers ever on
They're
that
tasty.
show. It really is. I
Mhm.
honestly don't even care if anybody's watching that. Me and Ben are just having a ball, like sampling great beers and talking about movies. So it's
Honestly,
great.
half the time I don't even know if we're recording. So
we're only we're recording. We're just we're not going live.
90% of the time, the worst part about doing a show is the fucking audience.
Speak for yourself, Scotty. How dare you?
All
How
right,
dare
all
you?
right, all right.
We're
Sorry.
getting
No,
some
no,
more
no, you're fine.
subscribers.
You're fine.
you sound like Randall. This job would be great if it wasn't for the customers.
That is, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, this job would be great if it wasn't for the fucking customers.
Meanwhile, hi DJ Play Nights for being here. Thank you so
can
much.
check the chat there, sir. Yeah. I got a poll up too.
Oh, nice.
I can't remember what poll I wrote. So what does it say? Can Marvel make a full recovery from these latest box office disappointments? Now, all these box office disappointments I'm referring to, I have not seen. So I can't say whether they're good or not, but I know that financially it's not where it used to be. I'm looking forward to Fantastic Four. I think it looks cool.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the comic. So hopefully that one can bring some life back into this. But yeah. So let's see. What did you check the chat? Oh, hey, DJ Play Nice here. Thank you, my friend. What were we gonna say, Scotty?
Well, I was just going to say, I don't know where your basis of disappointments is, because I
said box office, like money.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I thought Thunderbolts was doing relatively swell.
I don't think it is. It's the second lowest Marvel movie.
What was it?
Did they have a big premiere?
No, 75 million for a Marvel movie is pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Well, no, it definitely isn't in its end game.
Well, that's what I'm referring to. I'm not saying $75 million is anything to sneeze at. I'm just saying, like, it's not on that, because I've heard it's good. I wanted to see it. I wanted to see it so we could talk about it, but I didn't get a chance to see it yet.
Well, maybe next week I'll see it.
Ben, did you see it?
No, I want to. I have a kid, so we don't get to go to theaters much anymore. And we opted for Sinners instead.
Oh, you know what? You probably made the right choice, because Sinners is
that was amazing.
Banger, man.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah. Well, I forgot. I wasn't thinking about it correctly, because you're right. For a Marvel film, I guess that's low. But I remember everybody was making a big deal about Sinners making something like $60 or $70 million in its first weekend, which is good. But again, you're right, Ben. It's not a Marvel film, so I guess that's not good.
And it cost about a third of what a Marvel movie costs to make. So
yeah, exactly.
Go ahead.
When my thoughts on the current state of the MCU is that, okay, worst case, and this is what happened, is that they made a Marvel movie that had "end" in the title, and so people naturally sort of dropped off. But also, I kind of like when you lose Iron Man, spoilers, and you lose Captain America, spoilers, and everything,
let's not forget Black Widow. Come on.
Black Widow is dead. Spider-Man is forgotten by the general public. Like, there is a lot of stuff that's going against it. And it's interesting because I was thinking about it, and it's like the golden age of comic books and the golden age of the MCU. And there is a drop off. Like when I was a kid and I was going to the comic book store and I saw a Sam Wilson Captain America book, I was like, I'll wait until Steve Rogers. Or like with any of the movies, it feels like those sort of, well, I'll pass up on reading that book. I'll wait until the big crossover. And we're going to get that with Doomsday, with the, when they relaunch Fantastic Four #1. The fourth Fantastic Four #1.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
It feels like that sort of wandering through a comic book store in 1994 and being like, I'll wait.
I think you make a great point, and I think Disney Marvel, whatever it's called, they're sort of, I don't want to say they're regretting their decision to pump out these shows, but they're definitely, with what's been coming out lately, that they're going to kind of hold back on those shows for a little bit and maybe put out one a year and have it introduce sort of a more obscure character is a good idea, because it could or could not be loosely based in the universe, kind of like the Netflix series did, where you have mentions of like the Battle of New York, but it's its own thing. You're not asking like, hey, how come Spider-Man didn't come to help Daredevil, fight Kingpin or whatever, you don't have that. So I think it's a good idea. I think the Marvel shows that was ambitious. It was a good idea, but I don't think it helps anything, especially when you link them so closely to the films that are coming to follow them. When people don't watch those shows, I think that's the Thunderbolts thing. Is it's like, who the fuck are these people? I know who they are. But
yeah. Well, and I think something that's really indicative of what's going on, and I think like a growing malaise and apathy around these films is the Conquest of Kang, like that whole storyline with Jonathan Majors. They just kind of abandoned it, which I don't necessarily think was the wrong move, but like no one cares. the best thing to come out of that era or whatever that phase, whatever it was called, was like Loki. I think Loki season 2. You know, so like now nobody cares about the shows. People don't care about like half the movies that come out now. You know, it's just the whole thing is an overhaul.
I always thought it was really strange that they would make Kang, that they would introduce. In the comics, I never liked the Kang storyline, and mostly because it's so linked to Reed Richards. You know, he's like a descendant of Reed Richards. He's a time traveling descendant. Oh, yeah. And Marvel's done this before, where they introduce Adam Warlock years after Thanos is gone. So what's the point of him being there? He's Thanos' like half brother or whatever, and he helps defeat Thanos because he's tough. With this one, it's like, okay, so now we have that, and it's like, well, now we have a villain linked to the Fantastic Four, and he's fighting Ant-Man. What the fuck is going on? Like, you know, so it didn't. They just, I don't know what they were trying to do. I think they threw a bunch of villain names in a hat and like threw it up, and whoever picked the like short straw, it's like, oh, I got Kang. It's like, cool. It always should have been Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom always should have been the focus after Thanos. But
like I thought it was funny that they decided to go with Kang, and I was like, we need Dr. Doom. We need a good Dr. Doom, and also we need a good Galactus. Like like the antagonists, and even then, like I'm a surface level comic book fan, so I like the ones that were in the animated series of any cartoon, and it's like, oh yeah, I don't care. Like Kang the Conqueror, I didn't care about, although I did like him in Loki season 1, but yeah, no, it's a gamut. It's an embarrassment of riches when it comes to the television shows.
Yeah, it's just like how pissed off I was as an X-Men fan that through all those Fox movies we never got a Mr. Sinister. It's like,
oh yeah.
They kept
but they teased
the same villains over and over and over.
Do you remember they teased him though?
They teased him at the end of Apocalypse, and it never happened.
It never happened. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been cool. And I think like somebody like Luke Evans would have been a great Mr. Sinister. Good actor. But anyway, Josh is here. Hey, Josh, let's bring up Joshua here. Where is he? Madam Web Tool will save the MCU franchise. Unfortunately, that's a Sony product. I know that what's her name? The lead actress, Dakota Johnson, didn't know that. She thought she was making a Marvel movie the whole time.
That's funny.
Well, and also, I am so angry at that movie just for giving more of a platform to Sydney Sweeney, because I really don't like Sydney Sweeney.
I think she looks
because
like a
it's like
hound
the internet
dog.
just found out about boobs for the first time, and they were like, "Oh, Sydney Sweeney brought something to the world." Two of them, in fact.
What are these boobs you speak of, Scotty?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Scotty, there's
like you're
boobs
Sherman
that-
and
there's
Mr.
boobs
Peabody,
that-
and you're just like, "Ooh."
There's boobs that catch your attention sometimes. You know, you have your Selma Hayeks. We saw boobs before her, but we still were like, wow, those are wonderful.
I
Speak for
appreciate
yourself,
her
man.
because she also has talent. Sydney
so does
Sweeney.
I just
Sydney
watched
Sweeney is the
White
kind of
Lotus.
woman that you just tape to the front of a sailing ship.
I just watched White Lotus, and Sydney Sweeney has talent. She's a good actress.
No, we can make-
Then I
Don't let her looks discourage, and don't let her online presence discourage you. She's acting.
then I apologize. I apologize.
No,
for
you don't have to
making fun of-
apologize to me, sir.
No, I will DM Sydney myself and say I apologize for thinking that you look like a
You said a
paint-drinking
droopy hound
victim.
dog. Yeah, I remember you said a droopy hound dog.
You're flowers here.
So before, you know, and it's cool because even though we're going to do a DVD Scotty lightning round, pretty much this whole show is going to be that way. I'm sure with Ben and Scotty showing off some physical media if they have any available. If not, they'll just talk about it.
I'm in my garage right now.
Right. Well, you can just list off what you got.
Yeah, I got a little list. Took a picture of some of the indie stuff. You know, there's too much Marvel and DC. I'm looking forward to talking about like the not independent films, the independent comics that got made into films. You know?
Okay.
Those are interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
Are we gonna cover the box office?
I'm bringing it up right now. You read my mind.
F&A, man.
Yeah. So, okay. Sinners still doing really good. Really, really good. Internationally, not amazing because this is just a fact of the industry. All black casts internationally don't get quite as many theaters, in a lot of people call America the racist country, but in fact it is not when you put it up against a lot of other ones. But it's still doing really well. It's now made 3 times its budget, which is great. I don't know what they spent on marketing. I don't care. I know the movie's a hit. I know it's made people money, and it's also fucking awesome. Thunderbolts will probably continue to do good, I'm guessing, this weekend, because the only thing coming out is The Surfer, which I'm seeing tomorrow with Nicolas Cage. Can't wait.
Oh, right.
But
that was wholly depressing.
The Accountant 2, which I saw, which is, pretty good. Still hanging in there. It's not making a lot of money, but I heard it did not cost much either, which is good.
Like H&R Block.
What else do we have on here that's still? I don't even know what Until Dawn is. Amateur.
So I got that one for you. Until Dawn is the video game adaptation.
Oh, that's why.
And it was a really groundbreaking video game where it's like choose your own adventure, and the choices you make and how you play the game affect. So there's like a ton of endings to the game, and tons of stuff can happen. So when this movie came out, though, they basically ruined the whole like unique premise in the trailer. So I don't know if anyone saw that movie or not, but the game was really good.
It's at 3rd at the box office, so obviously somebody's watching it. 3rd or 4th, or 4th, yeah. I'd never heard of that.
I've seen the preview, and then people said that it looked like it wasn't following the game, so it
didn't look like it was, but at the same time, I just felt like it just kind of ruined its whole reveal in the trailer. That's hard for me to get excited for a film when that happens.
Dude, trailers gotta stop just showing whole scene. These editors, man, there's so many trailers that you can just look at as a template from the 90s, the 2000s, even something like 28 years later, which the trailer dropped earlier this year. That was perfect because it just gave you feel, atmosphere, tension. You're like, okay, I know what I'm in for, but it didn't give you anything else, Mm-hmm. I hate it when they give away a jump scare to a horror movie in the trailer. It's ridiculous. But Scotty, do you want to go? You know what? Let's. You know what? We'll do your DVD. Are you ready?
Well, the thing is, you might as well play the bumper, but it's going to show up throughout the conversation.
Okay. Okay. So you want to blow your wad now, is what you're saying?
Oh, dude, my wad low.
You will have an ice cream headache.
So we're talking about pre-2000 superhero, overrated, underrated, and I got a bunch of stuff. I think that I own everything on disc that I enjoy about superhero movies. I don't have I've got the box set of Superman. You all know Superman. Love you, Chris Reeve.
Never heard of him.
No, he was kind of an equestrian.
Oh, and yeah,
you got your Batmans with Mr. Mom, and everyone knows those. They're great. We got Val Kilmer, the late great Batman. George Clooney, he was a bat. Anyway, we all know that shit. But something. Sam Raimi. We've got the OG. This is where it's at. Like, if you have children, this is what you want to give them. You want some super jazzy, amazing Spider-Man. You're gonna want this box set. Oh, look, it's Spider-Man, and it's also Peter Parker, and it comes in an amazing set. And
nice.
It is the bomb, and this is also
very nice.
Yeah, no, it's great.
That's
it's got liner
cool.
notes and everything. So this is where the superhero multimedia experience really began, was with this. I don't know, is it Filmation? I'm not sure. It is Buena Vista Home Entertainment, so it was owned by Disney. It's a very difficult set to acquire, but I'm just saying this is if you've never seen anything superheroic, this is where you start. And if you like it, stop here, because this is the best it's going to get.
Now, Scotty, I hate to disagree with you. Sure. I think that's a close second place to the Fleischer Superman cartoons from the 30s.
That's not a bad call.
And it's just the animation. It's two very distinct differences in the animation, but Spider-Man the show is very, very good. People should check it out.
Well, and the Fleischer is like, that's one of those things where that is a high watermark for animation in general. And they just recently released them all on Blu-ray. But if you want to check out the Fleischer Superman, they're all available on YouTube, oddly enough.
Yeah. Or if you're cheapo like me, like the DVDs are like pennies. They're so cheap now, the DVDs.
I love pennies.
What's a penny?
It's an old timey thing. You used to get them with wooden nickels.
So are you saving the rest, Scotty, or you still got more to go?
Well, you know what? I'm going to do one more because I know it's going to fly under the radar, and it's something that I think that you and I both appreciate.
Okay.
It's a comic book movie. It's pre-2000. Is it pre-2000? No, it's 2003. So I'm squeaking it.
Nice.
Yeah. Graphic novel.
Nice. Yeah. There we go.
So,
that's what I'm talking about.
The American Splendor, Harvey Picar, our boy. Oh man, look at this! I haven't seen this. I haven't opened this in forever, but it's got a little. It's got the little insert liner notes. Good books.
That's nice.
If you ever want to watch Harvey Picar's actual interviews on Letterman, you can find those on YouTube as well. Holy shit, dude! Like, because Giamatti is so like lovable that even when he plays somebody like Harvey Picar, who's really awkward and off-putting, like he plays them with this like charm. Where when you see the real Harvey Picar, he's just not as interesting because he's such a dick.
Well, and it's interesting because you get to see Paul Giamatti interact with Harvey Picar during the movie, and the bemusement on Giamatti's face. Like, there is an affection for the character. I heard something interesting, and it was actually, I think, what was it? It was Norm Macdonald. He said that he didn't care for a certain style of impersonation because an impersonation to truly land and be funny or accurate, there has to be an affection from the performer to do so. Yeah. And to see Paul Giamatti interact with Harvey Picar, there is a certain level of, I will play this guy because I kind of like this guy. Yeah. And it does resonate. Even with the self-loathing, like Giamatti gets the self-loathing, he projects it, but he also, even the most self-loathing of loathing people, they still at a certain corner of their soul say, I'm kind of okay.
The Giamatti reenactment scene of the Letterman is actually funnier than because the real thing's not funny. It's just weird and awkward. When Giamatti's like, you're going to go to commercial with you and all your goddamn pathetic audience. And then they boo him and he's like, like, it's so much funnier than the actual thing that happened. But no, I agree with you. I mean, I think the reason that like Hilary Swank got bashed so hard and got like a Razzie nom for playing Amelia Earhart is because it was just way too much of an impersonation to where it was like laughable. I think actors have a really hard job when they have to play somebody else to not tip over that line of being a complete, interpretation, like a complete, mimicking exactly that person. Our late great Val Kilmer did such a great job with Jim Morrison. Just putting in his own elements to it. Sometimes when you cake somebody in makeup, like Frost Nixon is a great example of that. Like both of those two characters, both those two actors put in their own performances, but as those characters, anyway.
Absolutely. Big shout out to Frank Langella.
Don't forget when Leonardo DiCaprio played Howard Hughes and he started collecting his own piss and toenails. Yeah. No, you're totally right, dude. That's how you do it.
Oh, yeah. Did you want
that movie was
I know I'm showing off my physical media, but did you want to see my jars of urine and my cups.
Is someone over there to help you pick them up? Because I know that'd be really hard for you to get off the ground.
I got a dustbuster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to bore people, but I'm going to anyway.
Oh, I love it.
So this past weekend, me and some friends went up to Joshua Tree in California, and we went there to see our favorite musical artist of all time, Stephen Malkmus, who is the former frontman, singer, guitar player for Pavement. He's gone on to work with the Pixies, and he's had a solo band called the Jicks for about 25 years. He has a new band called the Hard Quartets, and they started putting songs out online before they released a full debut album. So we stumbled upon this. There's a place called Pappy and Harriet's in Joshua Tree, which is a smokehouse with amazing food. It's a like 3 different bars in one, and it's got a stage inside and a stage outside. And it's located in Pioneer Town, which is basically like the set of Back to the Future 3. It's just one strip of like dusty road with your bank and your haystack and your saloon and your blacksmith and all that stuff. And all along the roads it says like horse parking, with things to wrap the things around for the horses. I don't know why those horses stayed there. They could always just leave. But anyway, so we went and saw
because they're slaves.
We went and saw the Hard Quartet, and as many times I've seen Stephen Malkmus related shows, Pavement, the Jicks, for 30 years. But this time was different.
Cookie.
Yeah, she's going ape shit. Yeah. Yeah, she likes Stephen Malkmus. What can I say?
Yeah.
So this was a very selective, small gathering where there wasn't a lot of tickets being sold. Like it's a small place. It's outside stage. I want to say there was maybe 65, 70 people. It's amazing. Right? And so they played their set. When they finished, I went to the kiosk to buy their vinyl. And Stephen Malkmus walks up right behind me. He's just walking around, just hanging out. Wow. And I turn around, I look at him, and I start talking to him. And we start talking, and we have a conversation. Wow. My musical idol of my entire life is just standing there. I didn't get nervous, but I was a little bit too laughing at everything he said. But I didn't ask for an autograph. I already have his autograph. I got it at a show back in Chicago. Ben, when I lived in Chicago, I saw him a bunch of times at Metro and stuff. But anyway, it was a surreal experience because we got to hang out with him after the show, and I took some pictures with him, and I have a little video with him, and it was amazing. And I didn't think it could get any better than that. That was one of the best experiences of my life. And then the next morning, we go to breakfast about 10 minutes outside of town, and who comes and sits down right next to us? Stephen Malkmus. He comes and sits down and has breakfast, and we're like, holy shit. And we talked to him for a second, but we wanted to leave him alone. But we sat and had breakfast right next to him for about 45 minutes. It was fucking amazing. But the vinyl is the Hard Quartet. They have one album because they've only been a band for this year. It's an amazing. I haven't opened it yet. Obviously, you can tell it's super. You can see the plastic on there, but it's a double vinyl pack. $30 at the kiosk. Every time I see a Malkmus show, even if I have the record, I buy vinyl at the stand just to have it. I worship, guys. I worship.
Well, how many vinyls do you have?
Oh, I don't know, maybe 800.
When are you going to buy a record player?
That's next. I want to hit 1,000 records before I buy a record player.
That makes sense.
He wants to make sure he's serious about collecting before he makes that investment.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that $80 is.
I don't need to listen to him. I just need to look at him. No, but it was a wonderful experience, and I just wanted to bring that up because that's my latest vinyl, and it has a story behind it, which is different than just I got it on Amazon. or I went to a record store and picked it up. It was
That's a good
actually
story.
I was buying it while the lead singer was standing right behind me.
Well, and that's that's something that I really appreciate is that, like, especially in this day and age of getting any sort of physical media, it's like, oh, okay, I'll order it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's no hunt, there's no treasure hunt for this
Yeah.
stuff anymore. It's just like, I want it, so I'll buy it. And it
There's
shows up 6 to 8 weeks later.
There's a like a used like movie and video game store I regularly go to in the area, and they just expanded, and they're finally basically got an entire section that's new movies. So it's like the first time since like Best Buy and Target stopped carrying movies that I've actually been able to like look at new things. It's been nice, you know. But yeah, that's not really much of the experience I have anymore.
Yeah. So it's nice when you have something you can hold and touch and listen to and say, man, when I bought this, I'll never forget where I got this, you know, where I was when it was happening. So so anyway, sorry if I lost half the audience from that. I just wanted to bring it up.
I bet you gained more people.
This is a great segue. You told a story, you met your hero. Now let's talk about some more heroes.
Yeah.
That's right.
What were you gonna say, Joe?
I was gonna say, like, a lot of people are probably thinking and telling their stories now. Like, so you reminded me, I actually met two of my favorite musical artists, Mike Patton and Jack Black, and just by accident, you know, super cool. So yeah, like I'm sure that your story touched a lot of the audience.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
I did not know all this time you had a keyboard right there, sir.
I didn't even know I could play piano.
Okay, so now I know this is going to start us off on our discussion. The sort of forgotten comic book and superhero films and TV shows of the 80s and 90s. I know this is technically 70s, but I love this clip, so let's start off. I love how even the sound effect lets you know that it's a piece of plastic.
Yeah.
That's a Captain America movie from the 70s where he has a motorcycle helmet, rides a motorcycle, and his name is not Steve Rogers.
But my question is, why did the shield that he threw like a frisbee have to sneak up on the gang member?
Well, yeah, the guy didn't even. Yeah, that whole thing makes no sense.
But it's hilarious. It's
I can't believe I couldn't believe they couldn't even be bothered to like overcrank the camera so it looked faster. Like they didn't even try.
Dude, it's basically like he threw a frisbee and the wind took it.
I know, dude.
The guy
and then the way they even cut it, it's really clear someone else is just throwing it back off screen at the guy, you know?
I want to watch it. That is the slowest action scene of all time. And you guys noticed that the cut was so bad. The medium shot, you see the perk duck, and then when it goes to a close up of him, he ducks again, and within the next from one cut to another, so he ducks twice. Awful movie. But
when Captain America throws his mighty shield.
Okay, so I want to let Ben here get started to set the bar high on something.
Man.
This is a free for all, so just give off a couple at a time if you want, and then we'll talk about it.
Well, okay, I'm gonna say first of all, like I have a list of stuff. I did not have time to write down all the years, but they're 80s and 90s, and we'll be hopping around, right?
That's fine.
But the thing I think I'm most excited to talk about and look at is like, yes. We know the Supermans and the Batmans. We know those DC films. There are a few kind of forgotten ones in there. And Marvel didn't do a lot in theaters. There was Blade and Men in Black, and I honestly couldn't think of any more in the 90s. They did a lot in the 90s and 80s, but it's all TV movies. And that is what I want to talk about tonight. They're very curious things. The ton of Marvel TV movies, okay? So I'm just gonna list them off really quick, and then maybe you guys can just tell us what we should start with, okay? Cool. So, Ben, you showed a clip from Captain America, and I don't know which one it was, but they did two of those TV movies.
Yeah, they did two. Yeah.
They did two of those. Guys, he goes in a fucking van around the country. He has a trailer with his bike. You saw he had that's it. It's terrible. It stars the guy that stars in Space Mutiny. Maybe you guys saw it on Mystery Science Theater. It's not worth watching for that dude. But they did 2 of those. Then they did another one in the 90s. That's the one where the
Matt
guy
Salinger.
Yeah, when he has the hood up, he has rubber ears. For some reason, they couldn't make the costume work around his ears. Let's see. What else we got? We got Nick Fury starring
David Hasselhoff.
David Hasselhoff. Yes, the Hulk movies. There were 3. These are the best ones, I think. The 3 Hulk TV movies. Those take place after the show. So Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno are in it. And the first one is The Return of the Hulk, which also features Thor. The second one, Trial of the Incredible Hulk, features there you go, Daredevil and Kingpin. And then the third one, Death of the Incredible Hulk. I actually don't know if it features anyone. That one I couldn't quite remember. But that was actually also the first Marvel Cinematic Universe, was those Hulk movies.
Yeah.
And then one I would be surprised if you guys saw this one. Does anybody know what the first X-Men movie was?
Was it Mutant X?
It was Generation X, a 90s
That's
TV
what it was
movie on
called,
Fox.
Scotty.
Yeah.
It was called Generation X.
Generation
Yeah.
X.
No, me and Scotty we were going to bring it up because we were trying to figure out what it was called. And Scotty was closer to me. He said Mutant X. I said X-Force. But yeah, it was Generation X. It has like Banshee in it and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really weird. The guy from Lawnmower Man 2 is in it. I never remember
Matt
his name.
Frewer?
Sure, yeah. He's the bad guy. Jubilee's in it. Banshee, the White Queen, Emma Frost, whatever her name is. Yeah, it's interesting. And then a couple things, not TV movies, but there's a couple oddball films also. There's, of course, we're going to talk about Fantastic Four later. We don't need to get that in right now, right, guys?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's also this film called Dr. Mordred. Are you guys aware of this film?
Is it like the Doctor Strange movie?
So,
Legend tells like the Hispanic.
No. Full Moon Entertainment, right? Legend says that Full Moon Entertainment, or films, or whatever they're calling themselves, the guys who did like the Puppet Master movies, they had the rights to a Doctor Strange film. They lost the rights for whatever reason, but they went ahead and made the movie and essentially just a little bit of rewriting. Jeffrey Combs stars in it. It's definitely worth watching. Nice. I think it's an okay movie. It's kind of fun, but that'll always be a Doctor Strange movie in my heart. But yeah, that's my list of what I like to focus on tonight. You guys see any of those movies?
I've seen the Hulk and Thor. I'm sure. Actually, Joanne, you go because Joanne loves Hulk. Loves Hulk.
Oh yeah, nice. I did not know that.
Play the music, Ben, or Scotty. You're the one with.
I think that's Scotty. Yeah, he's right.
Got the keyboard. I'm
still have that Funko Pop. Didn't I get you a Hulk Funko Pop for Christmas?
I know this is about movies and TV movies, but you know, I want to just start by saying I was in love with the TV show first.
You gotta drop that shit. Oh no, TV's welcome as well. Yeah.
Okay, good, because you know, I watched it growing up, and this was like, it was just like the perfect thing for me, because the Hulk was my favorite superhero since I was a child, just because I liked big guys, bodybuilders, and you know, guy getting angry. But then, because I was also into bodybuilding, I already knew who Lou Ferrigno was. So you can imagine how this TV show spoke to me and how excited I was every time it came on. So that was super cool. And then I bought this like at Blockbuster or something. You can see it says like preview to $6.99. Like I bought this like 20 years ago.
Nice.
And
yeah, it's like if you do not return this in 2 days, it will cost you $100.
Yeah, maybe we should put this up on eBay. It's in perfect condition. But Ben, yeah, you mentioned the third one. Third one's not included in this set, but I know about it. I just haven't seen it. But I read that third one is actually, like, even though it's called The Death of the Incredible Hulk, that it's like a feel good upbeat movie. So,
No, I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, he just spoiler alert from the title. He fucking dies. So. I wouldn't say that.
But there were plans. There were plans to make a follow-up to the death of the Incredible Hulk. So he didn't die. It was a cliffhanger of sorts.
That's not how I remember it.
When
But
I heard about it, I was like, well, because it said that it was again him trying to, find a cure, which is kind of like the usual thing for him. So I was like, well, maybe he doesn't actually die. Maybe it's just like he's no longer the Hulk, but you're telling me that it's actually literal. So I don't know.
I'll send you back to hell, you filthy troll.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I can't.
I loved this movie when I was a kid.
I saw this live broadcast. Like this and the trial of the Incredible
I love that
Hulk
the hammer hits him, and you just know it's a rubber hammer.
Oh yeah, but it does that. It does that lightning special effect. So you know.
Yeah,
it's
it does.
all
It does the
electric.
lightning special effect.
It's got thunder. It's got lightning. The way he loves him is frightening.
But the other cool thing about the trial, because I actually just happened to Ben, I just finished the Daredevil season, the new one, so now I'm all caught up. And
how did you like it?
Oh, I actually loved it. Did you watch the whole thing, Scott?
No, I don't have a television.
Oh, okay, all right.
I watched it. It was okay. It had good.
You're talking about the new season was okay.
Yeah, the one on Disney Plus. It wasn't nearly as good as the Netflix show, but it was okay.
Yeah, no, I still really liked it. I still found it very exciting. But what was cool, about this, because I haven't watched these in so long. Ben, you already mentioned that this is actually the first live action Daredevil that shows up in this one.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And Joan, I don't know what you thought, but I thought he was pretty good. I actually thought he's pretty good, and he has a costume that's like all black, which like the new Daredevil did that
version.
too. What's that?
Right, the blindfold version, like you see in the show at the beginning.
Yeah.
I like that look. It's like his ninja look. Yeah.
I know. I like that look too.
Yeah.
Each of those films kind of have at least one thing to draw you in, and like Daredevil is actually like decent, like for TV movie, like his kung fu is pretty good, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you guys think the Thor in this movie is going to show up in Secret Wars and fight the Chris Hemsworth Thor?
Yes.
That would be awesome.
Isn't Thor from the Bill Bixby Incredible Hulk? Doesn't he play Dauber on Coach?
Is that? Yeah, you're right.
No.
That is him.
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
I'm making
that's
that
not.
up.
He
That's
looks
different
like
guy.
him though. He looks like
Yeah,
him.
it does.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm just
but
mixing.
yeah.
No, but that's the thing. When I watched the Netflix Daredevil, and I was like, "Oh my god, the costume is same as the Trial of the Incredible Hulk." I kind of felt let down because I always wanted to see a comic accurate costume. But now, what they've done with Daredevil in the Netflix and Disney shows, like, oh man, if you're looking for gritty street level comic accurate Daredevil, if that's your jam, you're a Daredevil millionaire nowadays. There's so much good Daredevil kicking around. And Ben Affleck. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry, I didn't bring down my Daredevil Ben Affleck, but that's 2000s. So.
So yeah, I mean, what would you say about the show and these movies, everybody? Like, were they kind of forgotten? I don't hear anyone talk about these, but me.
Yeah, nobody talks about it anymore, but that show's like really good. So I don't know. I think it's worth watching still.
Yeah, and it got it kind of ended abruptly because the ratings went down and they couldn't afford to do it anymore. So I just thought that was really sad. And I was very disappointed. So I should just go back and watch them all late at night or something.
Okay, you don't have to make sure wear pants.
Do you guys know
it's the same thing as when I'm watching? Like I love the Linda Carter Wonder Woman TV.
Oh,
show.
me too. Me too. Yeah.
And it's like, why? When I'm watching it, I'm like, what am I doing with my life?
I'll give you two.
I'll give you two
reasons.
I enjoy it very much.
2 reasons.
Yeah, exactly. Running in slow motion and Linda Carter.
But was there any truth to this like rumor that the reason he was named David Banner in the show instead of
Mhm.
Bruce is because they thought Bruce sounded gay.
That's right.
That's what I've heard.
That is
yeah.
fucking bizarre. Bruce sounds
Yeah.
more badass than
It-
David. I don't
It
know.
is.
The
It is.
alliteration and everything.
Dude, the 70s were a weird fucking time, man. You know, that's all I got to say about that.
You know what? And to this day, because I know that story about the production of The Incredible Hulk, whenever I meet someone named Bruce, that I'm like, "Hi, I'm Scott," and they're like, "I'm Bruce," and I'm like, "Oh, you're a homo.
Are you gay?
You must be."
It's not like his name was
NBC
like
told
Patsy
me.
Banner, you know.
Hello, my name is Bruce, and I like to tell you about my agenda.
Yeah. But no, Joanne, I've only ever seen the Thor one, and it's a goofy, enjoyable ride for sure. But I think it falls like Ben brought him up. It falls right under that, exactly what we were here to talk about, perfectly. You know, because they're those TV movies that a lot of people don't even know exist, or because back then it's like it came out on TV and then it was just gone. You know.
Yeah, and it was like it was like a solid, like, I don't know, like 15 or plus years, maybe 20 years, where it was just like there was a Marvel Cinematic Universe of sorts in TV films, which like aren't a thing anymore as far as I'm aware, because like, TV films were essentially Netflix originals.
Yeah.
The whole subgenre is forgotten. I feel
Like,
remember what an
Columbo,
event
there
it
would be,
was
like-
when like miniseries were
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
out.
You like,
Such-
dude, you get excited about them. Like some of them were really good.
Sunday night, and then the conclusion on Monday, and you're like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
On a
Yeah.
very special Murder, She Wrote. After 15
Yeah,
years,
the
Jessica
fucking,
Fletcher
like-
returns.
A two-parter, 4-hour fucking adaptation of The Shining. Like, how
Oh yeah.
ballsy was that? Especially after the fact the Kubrick film already exists. You know what I mean? But that was a big one. You remember when that came out?
oh yeah,
Okay.
they got the guy from Wings.
Langoliers. Yeah, no, that was
Langoliers,
a lot of
yeah.
Stephen
Yeah.
King.
A lot of
Yeah.
Stephen King stuff. Yeah, but anyways, we're talking about superheroes.
Well,
Well,
and I wanted to.
I was gonna say, Scotty, do you want to
sure.
switch? Yeah, you go. Yeah.
I was gonna throw a couple of comic strips in here just to, again, just because it's a comic book doesn't necessarily mean it's a superhero. And I did want to. Oh my, sounds like something's broken. No, it's not broken. It's only maimed and an orphan. So I love fucking Annie. Wait, hang on a second. Phrasing. I love the movie Annie. I think Tim Curry, Carol Burnett, Albert Finney. Albert Finney in this movie is one of my favorite things. I don't know who plays Annie, and nor should I really. But I love this movie. The sun will come out tomorrow. This is an amazing also a flop, I would like to add.
didn't know that.
Not a cinematic. It didn't set the world on fire, but I find it amazing. I think the little girl, what's her name? Anne Reinking, I guess. She is so charming. I don't like child actors, thank heavens. But like she pulls it all together, and I think it's incredible. Like that entire action sequence at the end of the movie where they're all running across like a crane or a bridge or whatever, and it's oh my stars, edge of your seat stuff, and it's fun for all ages. There's not a lot of guff and gore, but it is exciting, and it's a movie that when I first saw it, it was my sister. She enjoyed it very, very much, and I was like, "This is gay." And then I watched it as I got older, and I was like, "No, it's not. It's just really wholesome, and it feels nice. It's a good time. It makes you, what is it? Your emotions." Yeah, it makes your heart swell. But then on slightly, and I'm going to downgrade just momentarily. I do want to give a shout out to Popeye.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I
Nice.
always I mean I know it was a short, wasn't it a short form comic strip / cartoon first or whatever, but yeah, I always forget that was comics. Yeah.
Yeah, and like when like a mess of a production, but also one of the greatest productions of all time in terms of building the seaside town that all of the adventures happen in. Like Robert Altman made this town. I don't know if it still exists. Or maybe it still does. But like, it is such an interesting swing for the fences adaptation of a comic strip that it blows my mind. That it was
it's
made
very odd, strange.
And Shelley Duvall.
Ambitious was the word I was looking for. Super
ambitious, absolutely. Like I don't know, man. Like Shelley Duvall has never really done it for me. And then I saw Popeye and I was like, oh, Shelley Duvall does it for me. I don't know what that says about my character. But I love this movie. I love the soundtrack. I don't know what they were going for, and they missed the mark, obviously, in terms of profitability. But again, if you're concerned about how much a movie makes to gain its success, I can't help you. I don't make any money.
The guy that played Brutus, I think the following year played a Harkonnen, right? A Harkonian in David Lynch's Dune. He was the Batista character in the new ones. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, I recall. And then go ahead. Cap off my trilogy. I hate compliments. Don't do it. I'm gonna play the sad Hulk music if you compliment me. And then last but certainly not least, a misfire of sorts, riding the coattails of the 89 Batman. Fucking Dick Tracy, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of mine too.
It's one of the great.
I have it on my list. That's a good thing to talk about right after Popeye because it was such a fucking weird movie.
But also such an adherence to the source material. It was so interesting, and I think that it is a Disney movie, a family movie, but also it's got Madonna in it. And I think it was the first time that I saw full-fledged, like, frontal nudity in a movie theater. Like, she wears a sheer dress.
Okay,
and I'm sitting beside my aunt and I'm like, boobies. I like boobies.
I think I love Al Pacino just hamming the shit up in that movie, but like, I think the comic strip, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ben or Scott or Joe, but like it was more pulpy and more noir, and the movie went maybe in the opposite direction with color and goofiness. Well, I mean, that's all fine because they didn't really know what they were doing back then when they adapted these kind of things.
Yeah.
But see, most of my experience with Dick Tracy have been like cartoons. So, like, at that point, it was just colorful and kind of goofy. Okay. So, like, I can't really tell you too much about, like, the original stuff. But that's what I love about the movie is how colorful and goofy it is.
Right,
you know?
and that wasn't necessarily a negative. It was just like...
I know it was. So, I guess I'm just saying, if that's not how the original was, I'm really glad they just didn't do that then.
Like, if they did it now, it could be more like Sin City.
That's totally what they would do, yeah.
Oh. Maybe not as violent, but the look,
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and that was something like in Southern Ontario, like the Toronto television station, when Batman came out, they would do like overnight Adam West Batman 66 all the time. Mm-hmm. And it was like, oh, we're supporting the movie. And then when Dick Tracy came out the following year, they would do overnight of the classic serials of Dick Tracy versus Flat Top or whatever. And it was like, this is so cool. I want to see the movie version. And then you went to the movie version and it was like a coloring book. And it was like, okay, this isn't, But, and so I kind of soured to it when I first saw it. Like, I loved the look of Dick Tracy. I loved the villains of Dick Tracy. And then when I saw it, I was like, well, okay. There's Mandy Patinkin playing pianos and Madonna's tits. Good. But like, aside from that, like it was all, it was in my youth, it would be a movie that I would play with no sound while I was doing other stuff, just so I could see the visuals from time to time. And when I bought the DVD, it did the exact same thing. I can watch this with no sound.
Oh, that's right. Dustin Hoffman played Mumbles, and
Yes.
Al Pacino played Big Boy Caprice.
They
That's right.
nominated Al Pacino for an Oscar for that movie.
He was having a blast in that.
Yeah,
movie.
and he was really good.
Was that you guys' first real exposure to Warren Beatty? I know it was mine.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
I think mine was Ishtar with him and Dustin Hoffman.
Really?
Another Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah, that's cool.
I
I've never
couldn't tell
seen
you.
Ishtar.
Ishtar is
couldn't tell you.
considered one of the worst movies ever made.
That doesn't mean I don't like it.
No, honestly, Scotty, it's sort of like Spies Like Us. It just, I don't think it was expected to be what it was because it was Dustin Hoffman and Warren Beatty. But it's quite enjoyable. But it was considered one of the worst movies ever made at the time. But
Like, I've never seen Shampoo. Apparently, that's good.
Barbed Wire. If we're talking
well,
about
Bob Wire's on our list. It's on our list.
there we go.
I love
Scotty
her.
is bringing it, man. Totally bringing it.
Dong! Ding
Oh yeah, no, exactly. And also, you can play Tom Green again because that is basically the opening title sequence to Barbed Wire. Or it is. I know Pam is good Canadian girl. I know that she's doing the whole no makeup thing and regaining dignity.
She still looks great though without makeup.
She looks
Yeah,
fantastic.
Her smile, it's all about her smile. Makeup, no
it's
makeup.
all, it's soul. She's got soul.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this is the people say you shouldn't remake classic movies like Casablanca. This is a remake of Casablanca.
I was gonna say, if you want to remake Bob Wire, Scotty would select Sydney Sweeney for that.
Oh,
Who's more talented, Scotty?
Who would play Barbed Wire nowadays?
Sydney Sweeney. She totally would.
Megan Fox.
She's too old. She's too old.
Well, Sydney Sweeney. I
mean,
guess.
dude, Megan Fox is younger than me. I'm just saying she's too old to play Bob Wire.
But also, okay, so we've got.
I don't know that, but
I don't want to
What's
say
that?
Keir Dullea, but what's his name? Keir.
You guys ever see Snapdragon?
Udo Kier.
No.
Snapdragon? Of course I saw it.
Yeah.
I've seen all of those. Yeah, no, they were direct to video, and I watched approximately 4 minutes of each one of them. But this has got Django Fett. It's got Django Fett.
Oh yeah. I always forget his name.
Tamara Morrison. Morrison?
Or New Zealand or something. Yeah.
Like it's.
Hey, I want to say hi. Hey, I want to say hi to Bumpmaster. Yo, what's up, dude? 19 or 94 Fantastic Four is the bomb. Yeah, we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. Oh, and that's Ariane. That's my friend Ariane. Good times. Waiting for your favorite shows on TV. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Thanks for being here, darling. All right, we got some more people watching. Awesome.
Oh wait.
Yeah. No, you're fine, dude.
No, look, it's the unrated.
Oh, the unrated version.
version.
See, I want the Snapdragon unrated version.
See, I would open this case, but it is sealed shut with my own fluids.
Okay, I want to bring up a movie because when we first decided on this, it was good and bad movies, forgotten, not forgotten. Just I want to talk about odd ones. We have like Meteor Man and just random weird ones. So the movie I want to bring up, I'll play something that'll start it. So that's Handyman, which was a very offensive sketch from In Living Color from 1990, played by Damon Wayans. So years later, when Damon Wayans was kind of becoming, he had like Mo Money and Last Boy Scout and Bulletproof. He wanted to do a Handyman movie, which would play very well now, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh,
but so unfortunately, in Living Color, most, if not, I think all of the sketches were owned by Fox Television when the show got canceled. So none of those, if you notice, none of those movies, there was never like a spin-off movie like they do with SNL. So the Wayans could never make a movie based on any of the characters. I don't know if I would want to see a Fire Marshal Bill movie, because it's funny in like a 3-minute sketch, but a full movie. No. So anyway, Damon Wayans created Blank Man, essentially the same thing, but a lot less offensive.
He didn't go full retard.
He's not full retard. Yeah. Like he's just an awkward, weird, nerdy guy, but he can't be killed. That he doesn't have any powers. He can't fight.
Doesn't he have like a griddle or something?
He can't be killed.
He's got like a frying pan.
Oh no! You're thinking of the Waffler.
I am the Waffler. With my griddle of justice, I bash the enemy in the head, or I burn them like so.
Oh, oh, why don't I have my Mystery Men down here?
Mystery Men is so fucking good.
I have a copy. It's upstairs.
But anyway, so Blank Man was a kind of an extension of Handyman. The only difference is Handyman was funny, but obviously offensive now, but it wasn't then. So, whatever psychologists can explain that. But and Blank Man is just this guy who's really awkward and nerdy, who can't get killed. He can get shot, stabbed, whatever, and he won't die. But he has no superpowers or strength. It's kind of like what I heard. There was a movie that came out earlier this year with Jack Quaid, where I think it was kind of the same thing.
Novocaine,
Novocaine, where he just can't feel pain or whatever. But I'm sure he could die, whereas Blank Man can't die. Anyway, it's a god awful movie. It's not very funny. It thinks it is, but it's not very funny. The only enjoyment I get out of it is watching how ridiculously stupid some of the scenes are in it. But anyway, I wanted to give a little mention to Blank Man just because it exists, and Handyman is fucking funny. The sketch on In Living Color. So.
Aaron Boise, big fan of the Popeye. Thanks. Hop. Just shouting out the chat.
He needs the song. I was like, okay.
Yeah, it's a song. You green blood.
That's a great olive oil song. Joanne, or who's next? Anybody can go. Shout it out. Raise your hand.
I have to step away for just a second.
Okay.
Well, Joanne, you got anything?
Well, I was going to mention Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because that's another one that I grew up, except obviously that was in the theater. But that was another one I was always excited when they were going to come out. I think I just saw, were there 3? I only saw 2, I think.
Yeah, the third one was like a weird one where they go back to feudal Japan or whatever.
It's not good.
It's not good. Yeah, it's very low budget.
Yeah.
Like,
as a side note,
I can't tell you how disappointed I was as a little boy in that theater. Like, until that film, as a child, I didn't think a single bad film had existed. Every film I'd ever seen had been amazing. And I can't believe so young I had to find out the truth.
Well, I remember in the 1990, hey, Mark, first 90 TMNT movie was absolutely the best.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
But the first one of the major name draws was that Corey Feldman was voicing Donatello, because at the time, Corey Feldman was not considered a lunatic and a narcissist. He was considered a child actor. So Ben, when part 3 came out, they're like, Corey Feldman is back as Donatello, the voice. But if you remember, I can tell just by when you said you'd never felt so much disappointment, the mouths barely move in part 3. Like it's so low budget that the mouths barely move. So you see like the cuts of like when the turtles are talking, you don't see them talking a lot on camera, because like the animatronics were just like half the budget of even the first movie, Anyway,
and
I take your silence as I agree with you, man.
It feels like a made-for-TV movie.
It really does.
I can't believe they bothered.
It should have been
What's that?
It should have been huge. Like
It-
now
it
they're going to
should
go
have.
fight ninjas in Japan. And
The
it's like,
first two were huge, you know. So I don't know. Yeah, but
And the second one, again, I got lucky. Vanilla Ice was another one of my favorite people at the time.
go
And I got-
turtle, go turtle, go turtle.
Yeah. You know, he lives by me here in Florida, like 10 minutes down the street.
Who? Vanilla Ice?
Vanilla Ice, yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Robert Van Winkle. But
Robert Van Winkle. That's it. Yeah.
yeah.
Nick Van Winkle's
But,
son,
yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
But that was a cool perk for me for the second one. And at the time, you know, when I watched those when they came out, I didn't even know it was a comic book. Like I played the video game in the arcade, and I think that's how. I knew it.
That was a huge comic book in the late '80s for me and my friends because we were right at that age. We're in like sixth grade, fifth, sixth, seventh grade. Yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was everything. The cartoon was awesome. That cartoon was so good.
yeah.
And then that video game where the arcade game where you could play all four turtles and there was 4 controls.
Yeah.
Man, we
That.
spent so many quarters, young people,
Right.
so many quarters playing that video game. And then they even went as far as to try to mimic the success with Battletoads. Have you guys ever heard of Battletoads?
Oh yeah.
That was, I think it was video game and maybe comic book or something, but it was kind of similar, like 4 toads that talk, and you know,
There were a lot of knockoffs.
Yeah, a
over
lot of
the years
knockoffs.
from there. Yeah.
Did you guys see the one that came out like a year or two ago? I thought it was actually really good.
I really liked it. Yeah, the kind of
Nin-
stop motion.
Ninja Turtles.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I did see that. That was good. Yeah,
I like
the
I
animated
thought
ones
Ice
are
Cube was awesome. Ice Cube voicing the villain was so good.
Yes. Yeah.
the animated ones are good. There's another one from the maybe early 2010s. I can't remember. Did you guys
dude,
see
Ben,
that
that
one?
came out when we were in school together. Yeah, the
That
TMNT
one-
movie. Yeah,
That one's really good, and then it actually feels like a sequel to the other films, like the live action films.
I
Like a
think it
little
was
bit.
supposed
There's
to be
enough
that,
connection
yeah.
there.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was supposed to kind of be, but
Yeah.
yeah, that one was good.
That was good.
I watched the first Michael Bay produced one. I didn't hate it. Like it was okay. I didn't like the look of the turtles at all.
Yeah.
But they acted like the turtles, and I thought Megan Fox was a fine O'Neill. But I heard the sequel was terrible. I didn't see it, but
I didn't bother watching either of those films, to be honest.
yeah, I mean, it didn't feel it wasn't the spirit of the other ones, but it was just kind of fun. Nothing will beat that first 1990 Ninja Turtle movie with the perfect look of the Shredder. April O'Neil was perfect. That movie was like perfect for what it wanted to be.
Yeah.
When you get to Secret of the Ooze, and I've heard a lot of people talk about this, so this is not my only observation, but like they thought there was too much violence in the first one, even though there really wasn't. There was just a lot of weapons. So in the second one, instead of like having them actually sword fight and kick people, they had them like throwing yo-yos at people's heads and making it super goofy and adding all these ridiculous sound effects, and it just cheapened it, because the first one it wasn't violent. It insinuated things, but it wasn't on-screen violence at all, except for Shredder, you know. But yeah. Anyway, that's a great pick. I love that first movie. Love it. It's a blast.
Yeah.
Love it.
And I don't know that it's necessarily forgotten. I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
Well,
like
I kind of threw in this whole like some are forgotten, some are great. Like it was kind of like an excuse to just talk about whatever. But no, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is definitely not forgotten. A lot of people, I mean, worship that movie, and rightfully so. Yeah. There it is.
Right.
Like
Perfect
the use of
timing.
animatronics and the people that they had in the suits, and then using voiceover actors to voice it. It was all so well done, and like Splinter was perfectly done. The voice was great. He was fully realized. The whole thing was awesome. Yeah, it was fucking awesome. And then when they finally, you go ahead, Scotty. What's that?
I was going to say they made so many Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies, and this is the one that like it feel like this is, and I am being hyperbole. I'm going to use the hyperbole, but like this is the first gritty. This is the Dark Knight of comic book movies when it was like, "Hello, children, would you like to see your Saturday morning cartoon on the big screen?"
So,
and like, what was the tagline for this? And it was like, "It's not a cartoon anymore." It was like this was the Dark Knight of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ever. Like, I think it's amazing. I think
you're right.
Everything
crazy what people thought was dark and gritty back in 1990. Like,
exactly.
Rubber turtles flipping around.
So,
but
true story. I learned my first curse word from this movie. I use the word "damn" because Raphael says it like a few times in the film, and I was set straight very quickly. Yeah, if you were like 7 or whatever, it was kind of dark and scary and stuff. But yeah,
I was 12 when I saw it.
No, you're right. I mean, any villain that looks as cool as Shredder is kind of scary when you're like, I think I was like 12 or something when that came out.
Yeah.
Well,
Super Shredder gave me like
Mark
health
says,
goals.
the 2 Konami arcade game, or how do you say that?
Konami.
I know that. What did I say? Konami Nahana?
Yeah, I don't know what onomatopoeia.
Konami arcade games are still some of the best. Yes, absolutely. I also enjoyed aspects. Yeah, that was the one, Ben, the one that we were in school when it came out. Yeah. And in honor of Josh's comment here, go
ninja, go.
I think we're gonna have to give off a second of it here.
Let's go.
Yes.
Nice.
It's so hilarious. Just because Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: The Secret of the Ooze is such a watered down version of the original. It's like
it is, yeah.
It's like okay, so we make a Dirty Harry movie, and then Dirty Harry 2, he's only allowed to use
Ventura
guns. Yeah. Like, they weren't allowed to use the weapons. Did you guys? I've never seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. And that brings back Elias Kosteas as Casey Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That's yeah.
Also, Judith Hogue. Big fan of Judith Hogue. Ben, you would know Judith Hogue from our review of Armageddon.
Yes. She plays Will Patton's wife.
That's right.
Yeah. You can't be here. The court says you can't.
Yeah.
Okay, where's my paycheck? I'm done.
That's your daddy. He's a hero.
There we go.
Go ninja, go.
Wait, we got to get it to where the turtles are. Aren't the turtles on stage? Yeah,
they're totally there.
Yeah.
There we go.
Look, it was inevitable, for with the success of the first movie.
Yes.
It was going to turn into like a commercialized piece of shit. That's just what usually happens. It doesn't always happen with sequels, but it does with kids' movies and stuff. So.
Yeah,
for sure.
You want to talk about like films nobody talks about anymore, though? Like them on stage reminded me of the concert film. You guys know about the concert series?
For Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, so in the 90s.
Oh, yeah, totally. That's when they introduced the girl turtle.
That's right. Yes, that's right.
There's a girl turtle?
Yes, so basically what they did was
turn me into a furry.
She's called Mona Lisa?
Yeah. They put musicians.
What was the name of the girl?
No, it was wasn't it? No, I don't know the name of the girl.
I don't know.
Jane Austen.
I'm checking
but they put musicians in rubber turtle suits and gave them sleeveless, or they gave them jean vests and like painted stars on them and shit. And they played songs on stage for kids, and it was like a big thing. They went on Oprah and played a few songs, if I remember correctly.
I remember that.
They released the concert video, and that's
but
I've never seen it, but that's
So were they
the one nobody remembers?
Were they singing or just dancing?
They're singing. They're playing
So-
instruments, dude. They got guitars and drums and shit. If I remember.
Well,
Yeah,
obviously
no, it's a
it was
full band.
it was
It's like
all
a Zack
staged.
Attack.
What's that?
It was all
It's like a
staged.
Zack Attack, but Ben
Yeah.
S. Ben S.
Yes. Yeah, I see her.
What the deuce is going on with turtle tits?
I don't know, man.
They got
I try not. I try not to think about it, dude.
carapace. That's like a
Yeah.
bustier.
I try not to think about it,
like,
man.
what is that turtle containing within
So-
its shell?
That's so weird.
It is weird. It's like
Scotty.
sexualizing a turtle. All of a sudden, I want to fuck a turtle. Anyway, moving on.
Mm.
Scotty, we talked about this. With the
Yeah, well,
swamp.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're not allowed to.
Scotty, so is that supposed to
Sir.
be the same character from that turtle TV show?
Yeah, and apparently
Oh, wow.
her name is Venus.
Okay,
Like
well,
Venus
there
de
you go.
Milo, which
Milo.
works in terms of the naming. Yeah, I'm in. I'm
What's
down.
what's the female Yoda's name? Like Yoshi?
Yaddle?
Yaddle.
There's a female Yoda.
That's so not fucking.
Yeah.
What's female Yoda in?
The Phantom Menace, and then
she's in the
also in
background in
Tales
Phantom
of the
Menace. There's-
Sith, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I
There's
didn't
a
remember.
chick
I don't remember
Yoda.
that at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I know. I didn't know I wanted to fuck a Yoda until I saw a girl Yoda.
Oh, I still didn't want to, but all right.
Well, different strokes to move the world. You know what? I've heard that female Yodas, their vaginas have teeth.
Hey, do you guys?
Built-in handlebars, right, with those ears.
Let me.
I thought I was being dirty. Where
But there's so much hair
Sarlacc
coming
pit
out of
down
those ears,
there.
though, Ben.
Moving
There's
on.
a lot of
Let's-
hair.
Oh my god.
Do you guys want to talk about one of the coolest original comic book / superhero / creations from a little known guy named Sam Raimi?
Take it now. Take it, please. Take the fucking elephant.
I still want to know how Liam Neeson did that with his face, and not the bubble, but just the like. Well, I guess I just did it. So there you go.
Yeah.
You guys want to talk about Darkman? Have we all seen Darkman?
Darkman's great. Love Darkman.
Joanne,
Joe,
you've
you
seen
seen
Darkman, right?
Darkman?
I haven't seen it, but I read about it when I was looking for stuff.
So okay, spoilers. He wins.
Darkman is a weird movie, but that color palette, just from that clip right there, shows you why he did Spider-Man. Like, there's so much. I mean, this whole movie is like a demo reel to do a Spider-Man panel movie. You know?
Well, and not only that, but a lot of the directorial choices that are made in Darkman show up absolutely in Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. The
turn-
crowd, like people's reactions, yelling into the camera. He uses those like I call them like moving Dutch angles, where he's constantly zooming in and rotating the camera. Yeah.
No, it's amazing. Like the first Darkman, and I think he wanted to do. Oh, I don't want to speak out of turn because I'm going to sound like an idiot, but what else is new? But like, I think he wanted to do the Shadow, and they were like, no. And
I think you're right.
Oh, I
he
didn't know
wanted-
that.
Yeah, there was something
That
he
kind of
wanted
makes
to-
sense.
He
Yeah.
wanted to do a superhero property, and they were like, no. And so then he was like, okay, I'll make Darkman. I'll just make it.
Yeah, I mean, it's an original Sam Raimi creation, right? Like, it's not
Yeah.
an existing
Like, and
property.
also,
like, he
it was
made it.
supposed to be Bruce Campbell, and the studio again were like, no. And so it was
Instead,
Sam
Bruce
Raimi. But
Campbell
Bruce
is
Campbell
in it.
is in it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's in all Raimi's movies. Shemp, he plays Shemp. And
Shemp Howard?
a very young Frances McDormand is in this movie, and she looks really hot in this movie.
Oh, for sure.
A lot of people
Well, and-
think of her as looking like the Fargo chick, but she's actually beautiful. You know?
Like I find her very attractive in this film, and also it's one of those movies that is sort of the crossover between the Coen brothers and Sam Raimi, because they all sort of came up together. And
Well, remember, Sam Raimi even did a similar movie when he did A Simple Plan,
Yeah.
similar in certain regards. Yeah.
and
That's one of my
rest,
favorite movies.
you know, I've never seen it.
Oh, you
Oh,
gotta
it's
add
so
it to
good,
your-
dude.
I'll
Yeah.
write it
It's
down. I'll
fucking
write
good.
it down. A Simple Plan.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
And of course,
I rewatched
we have
it,
Ted
like,
Raimi in it.
And that's
Take
got
the fucking elephant.
Paxton, yeah. Yeah, give me that.
I gotta watch it again.
Take the fucking elephant.
So, Joanne, you've never seen? Have you ever seen Darkman?
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay, so Darkman is about a man. He is dark. He gets blown up, but he's been working on regenerative flesh so that he can help people. But then he gets caught up in a bunch of nefarious things. And so the bad guys come to his house and they blow it up, and then he gets thrown in a river and he's all horribly disfigured. And so he goes, but again, because his nerve endings have all been like severed, so he doesn't really feel pain. He's gone insane. He doesn't know if he'll ever see Frances McDormand again. And then he goes and gets his skin creation that is supposed to help people. He helps himself, but he does it with a crazed mind to get vengeance. And he gets the vengeance, and it's a rad. It's so good.
So that's what he
Yeah,
looks
it's fun.
like in his comic.
That's my
form,
review of
Joanne.
Darkman.
Yeah,
Cool.
see him up here in the upper right hand corner. It's like it's a very strange, unique look, but it makes sense that like he wanted to do the Shadow. Now that you say that, Scotty, because I did not know that. It makes sense. I'm not saying I mean, the Shadow is suave and good looking and nice suits, but I get it. There's fedora, there's
the
a similarity there for sure.
Hat and trench coat. Same
Hat
as
and
Dick
trench coat.
Tracy.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, Darkman's a really interesting. It doesn't age. It hasn't aged very well. Now it's more like just ridiculously funny. But that's Ben. Ben.
That was our last
Slice
Slice and Flicks.
Yeah, Ben
great.
did a whole episode on it and did 4 beers to match the movie.
That's right.
Yeah,
Shadow is underrated. It's an imperfect film, but it's good. It's good, and it's worth watching.
Okay, so I love it. I obviously do. I own it, or at least a copy of it. But the thing, there is one scene, and it's the descendant of Genghis Khan, and he's talking to Lamont Cranston, and it's that typical sort of, I think that, oh, the decadence of your nation. And it's like one of those monologues. And one of the best line deliveries I have ever heard in the history of ever. And I will forgive Alec Baldwin for any crimes he may or may not have been accused of. But when he looks at the Genghis Khan guy and says, hey, that's the US of A you're talking about. I think that is absolutely, my pants drop. I'm just like, oh, Lamont Cranston is in the house. It takes a while for the Shadow to build up. But
it really does. It's
when
slow.
it shows
It's slow.
up, like when it shows up brilliantly. And I love the score. I love the direction. I love absolutely everything about it. Like if you want to see Tim Curry at his most insane, then like they shouldn't even call this movie The Shadow. They should call it Tim Curry at his most insane. Anyway, this guy shot a guy. So
in the
Tim
movie,
Curry at his most
also,
insane could be so many different movies.
I know, but this one, no, when he's got a Tommy gun and he's running around and just like crazed,
That's a good
laughing,
scene.
spinning in his stuff. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a good scene.
So good.
Mhm.
And that's the US of A you're talking about.
Or even, yeah.
All right, I want to play a clip from The Shadow.
Yeah, sure.
Well, it's not really a clip. It's a clip of Ben talking about The Shadow.
Oh, nice.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Glad we had that on file.
Yes, sir. Well, no, yes.
Oh. Oh, here we go. All right, we're really jumping in.
Like every good crime fighter, it's about a white guy who goes to Asia to learn magic and secret abilities.
Batman.
It's similar to Batman. Similar to Doctor Strange, similar to the Mortal Iron Fist. Yeah.
Oh yeah, very Iron Fist.
Was Alec Baldwin's character Lamont Cranston is kind of a piece of shit. He's like a drug warlord.
That's true.
He looks an Asian now with coke nails on every single finger, and
Yeah.
he cultivates and sells opium, and he kills villagers and burns their villages to the ground. One day he's visited by
3 ghosts.
some kind of super monk. So yeah, Alec Baldwin's kind of an evil bastard at one point. Yeah, and the character he plays isn't that great either.
Like, I can't believe that a superhero dad bod.
Yeah, well, that was the thing. I learned a lot from Ben when we did this Flights and Flicks, that he was supposed to be Batman in like Batman Forever or something.
But he was doing Hunt for October, which I think was a better
just done
choice.
The Shadow or whatever, and he's like, didn't you say that, Ben, in your review of it?
I don't remember saying that, but I do
Well,
kind of remember reading that. I do kind of remember reading that somewhere.
I
That
think
he
he
was up for
campaigned
Batman
for it.
and didn't get it.
wanted-
Maybe
But
it
the
was,
Shadow,
yeah.
if I remember correctly, the Shadow came out first.
No,
Yeah, it did. It came out a year before.
Yeah.
No,
It was like its biggest problem was it was trying to
No,
ride
it's-
Batman Returns coattails. Well,
Sorry, we're
Batman's
talking about
coattails.
Batman Forever. He was gonna
Yeah,
be
and it
Batman
just
Forever.
it took too long to come out. It like missed out on the
1994?
Batman hype.
94.
Yeah, we're talking about Batman Forever. He was gonna
Oh.
replace Keaton, not from the original. Yeah.
Oh.
I think it worked out
I'm sorry
good.
for yelling.
I think it worked out
Getting
good because Val Kilmer was pretty good. So
Yeah.
and Alec Baldwin would have ended up killing the cinematographer on accident. So
Oh my god.
sorry.
Allegedly.
No, I think about 150 crew members saw it, but who wants to go next? Yeah, The Shadow. I love The Shadow, and I've already shown the vinyl 100 times on this show, but I have the radio drama, and it's awesome.
Of the Shadow? Nice.
Yeah, I've shown it to you before.
I drink.
Well,
Oh, yes,
Spawn, yes.
Now we're getting into amazing soundtracks for not so good movies.
This is the last movie that Martin Sheen was in. And everyone was like, "Oh, so Martin Sheen's career is over," and then he did The West Wing. So
I was gonna say, I think he was in some movies after that.
no, he was, but this was like a low point when he was in this. This is one of those when Martin Sheen was in this film. It was like, really.
And he wasn't very
now,
good at
man.
it either.
No, he
'Cause
wasn't. He was.
The movie is
he
so
was Shatnering
confusing.
all
The
over
movie's
the
so
place, and not in
confusing
a
on
good
who
way.
the villains are, and is our protagonist the villain? The movie is. I never read Spawn comics. Did you, Ben?
Yeah, I read some, not a ton. I will say this: I believe there's a R-rated cut of that film. I think I own it, but I haven't watched it yet.
This is the director's cut, and I have not watched it myself.
I was just fucking lost in that movie.
Well, I'm getting at is I would hope the director's cut makes more sense, but I don't know if that would actually make it a better movie. Regardless, you know.
Hey, Theta.
Hey, Theta Zord, what's up, dude? Thanks for being here, man. Thanks for he says hi to everyone. Yeah, Ben, like for me, it's like, okay, so the main character, Michael J. White, Spawn, whatever his, I don't know his comic book name, but
Carl Weathers.
So he's like he unceremoniously murdered or whatever. I can't even remember what happened, but like you're introduced to like Martin Sheen as this like villain, but then what is it called? The Violator, the clown.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
John
best part of the
Leguizamo.
movie. The clown's the funniest part of the movie. I think it's played by John Leguizamo, who is unrecognizable and should have won an Oscar for that. But I couldn't understand what was happening in the movie at all. Like, is the clown a messenger from Satan? Does Spawn work for Satan, or is he fighting against Satan?
So Spawn is basically meant to be like Satan's harbinger of sorts. He's like to come down to Earth and like start the war, like the invasion of Earth from hell. If I understand correctly, and I'm going to focus on the movie here. What's that, Scotty?
I just
kids
thought that
movie.
he was like, he made a deal with the devil. Let me come back to life and murder the people that wronged me, and then I'll serve you or whatever.
He did, but I think, man, I think in the comic, I don't know, I'm a little confused about it, but I think the plan was for him to get killed on purpose because the devil wanted him to become his general. And then, they made the deal and all. I don't know. It's pretty confusing. I get what you're saying.
That movie was so confusing, and it didn't help that the CGI was just atrocious.
No,
come on! It was 1990.
No, I said even for the time, dude. Come on,
even for the time, it looked really bad.
I'm on your side, sir. I'm sorry if
I'm sorry. We're all on the same team here.
Yeah.
Hey, Jedi Master. Hey, Scotty. Well, you know what? You don't need to say hi to me. That's fine. I'm just happy that you're here.
You should say hi to Ben.
We can do 2 for 1 Bens. You can say hi to both of us with just one Ben.
Spawn was supposed to be the general of what the fuck is that?
Malbosia's army. Yes, the Malbosia is the Satan or whatever of the movie. Yeah,
Hail Satan, by the way.
Oh my God, Spawn versus Hellboy. Oh, I think Hellboy would fucking. Well, I don't know because I still don't even understand Hellboy's power. Or
I know that's a different era, but I love those Del Toro films, man. Those are great.
Yeah.
Oh, those first 2 are so good.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah.
You know what? And I have Hellboy 2. I don't have Hellboy 1. It's really
Hellboy 1 kind of falls apart a little in the 3rd act, where I think Hellboy 2 falls apart a little bit in the 2nd act and then really picks up in the 3rd, giving you all those Del Toro creature designs that you love. Oh,
well, speaking of Del Toro,
fucking gorgeous to look at. It sucks that they didn't. Yeah, there you go. Blade 2.
Yeah.
2002 though. Yeah, 2002.
Yeah, well, and
Joanne,
the only reason I brought Blade 2 is because I had.
Were you texting me that you watched all the Blade movies?
I just watched that second one like last week or whatever.
I never responded to you about part 3. I'll say it now. Don't watch it.
Okay.
It ends with part 2. Part 3 is so fucking bad.
I'm caught up.
Elvirus, tell us what you think of the vampire movie.
Oh, hey, there's John. John says, hi,
thank you, Epic Torch. I thought it said Epic Touch, that'd be cool.
Joanne, tell me about Blade 2.
It's a Faith No More reference, but yeah. So I enjoyed it. I know everybody seems to like that one better, but I enjoyed the first one too because it was like the story of how how he came about and all that. So I think I like them both equally. Honestly.
They're both really, really good movies. I mean, they're the best that Dark Horse has ever done as far as films go. I think, right, Ben? Like, I mean, has there been a better Dark Horse comic movie made? I don't think so.
Then what?
Well, the Crow wasn't. No, wait, the Crow was Dark Horse. Never mind. I stand corrected.
No, but dude, you know what? I don't have a copy of the Crow. I should be shot.
I didn't want to bring up I didn't have Crow on my list because we've talked about it so much as being one of the best comic book movies that it's not forgotten or anything like that. But we can talk about it if we want. But
I think it is obviously deserving of the list.
I think it's worth mentioning, and then you know what, this is a good segue because I think something worth talking about is like there were so many indie comic movies made. Like honestly, way more than DC or Marvel at the time.
Yeah,
like in theatrical releases. And yeah, Tank Girl. Thank you, Scott. I knew we were going to bring up Tank Girl eventually. But like, so what was going on is Batman was a big hit. Superman had recently been a hot commodity, right? And in the actual comic book industry, collecting had exploded, right? So Marvel and DC are printing so many issues a month, like just hundreds of thousands, and then these independent publishers like Dark Horse and Image, they're starting to print just crazy numbers too, right? And this eventually led to a bubble that burst, and a lot of these companies went under. But regardless of that, there's just so many movies got made. There was stuff like The Rocketeer, The Phantom, Tank Girl, Judge Dredd.
Slow down.
A ton. No, I'm going to say them all because I know we're not going to get to talk about them all.
The Rocketeer, man. Joe Johnston.
I'm sorry, Scotty.
Joe Johnston, the Rocketeer is awesome.
I forgot we have props. My bad, dude.
Even
My
though it
bad.
makes no sense
it's all right.
he would have burned his legs off. But it's
Scotty, you got heavy metal?
Not on me.
All right.
Actually, no, I don't have it at all. I don't have heavy
that
metal.
one is. You gotta get that one, dude.
That is, no. Well, it depends on how much it costs.
It's not expensive.
No, it's probably like $6, but whatever. When I've seen heavy metal and I've been like, no.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, fair enough.
So Datazord says I can use an epic torch, probably to light your joint. I'm guessing. Yeah.
Oh, do you want a human
He
torch?
changed it back to touch.
Oh shoot! We can all use an epic touch.
Are these 90s or 2000s?
Those are 2005 and 2007.
Damn it! Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay because we got a great Fantastic Four movie we're going to talk about.
Yeah,
want
that's
to
the
go
good
into
one.
that now, or what was the movie that we just brought up?
Well, I was just talking about like indie comic book films. I just mentioned a few, but yeah, let's talk about Fantastic Four, man.
Dude, okay.
And if you haven't seen it, you can check it out. The whole movie is available for free on YouTube.
Yes, it is, and it's glorious.
I have a bootleg.
The
that I'm
Human
very
Torch.
fond of.
Played
You
by
have
the
a physical
kid.
copy?
I have a physical copy. Yeah.
Really?
Holy moly!
Yeah.
Is it a
Mother of
bootleg?
pearl.
How did you get that?
It's a bootleg. Well, I had seen it at like comic book conventions previously, but I didn't buy it. And then I was at I won't say the name of the store, but I was at a comic book store one day, and they had bootlegs of like a lot of these TV movies that we were talking about earlier, right? And stuff like that. And they had the Roger Corman Fantastic Four. I'd never seen it, and I bought it for like $15. And it's awesome. It's not good, but it's really fun. It's
not.
Yeah,
it's not exactly like well made, but it's kind of comic book accurate.
Yeah. I mean,
the
I
Fantastic
think
Four is the one thing I can comment on because I read it as a kid, and like, it's the only time you get Ben Grimm with like the big eyebrows over, and it's kind of, the mouth is slow, it doesn't work.
It's a good.
The funniest thing about that
Mutant
movie
Ninja
is like
Turtles.
Doctor Doom is talking. They don't even do ADR. It's
Yeah.
just he's talking like he has a fucking Halloween mask on. He's like,
Looks like a squid game, actually. It reminded me of
and then the guy that plays Johnny Storm is the actor from
Awesome.
The Boy Who Could Fly.
The Boy Who
Yeah.
Could Fly, my
Yeah.
favorite Fred Gwynn movie.
But it's arguably like the second or third best Fantastic Four movie, in my opinion.
Oh, I think it's. I don't know, man. I love Rise of the Silver Surfer.
I like
never-
the first.
I never
like
saw
the
that one,
first
to be
Tim
honest.
Story one from 2005, just because it was a lot of fun. That was still when that was when X-Men and Spider-Man had two
Yeah.
films each under their belt, so they're trying to figure out what we want to do. And I thought like the casting of that movie was great. Like Captain America as Johnny Storm back in the day, that was perfect casting. Oh my God, Michael Chiklis as Ben
Chiklis
Grimm
is the
Dude.
fucking goat.
It was fucking amazing, and they put him in a rubber suit, and it worked.
Yeah.
You know, it worked. You know, and then I can't remember the Austrian actor's name that played Mr. Fantastic, but
he
was
Welsh.
great. Oh, I'm sorry, he was Welsh. Yeah. And you
I
couldn't.
am Grafode.
Yeah, he was great. He was great. I should know that.
Austrian.
My family's Welsh. I should know that. But anyway, Jessica Alba didn't bother me at all either. Like, it was fun. It was
You
fun.
know what? I like Jessica Alba, and I'm not going to fall. Well, except for the stupid blue contact lenses in the Rise of the Silver Surfer. But like, it was she. I don't know how she got that job. She was horribly miscast. I think that, and I always. Like, you got to get a good thing, and you got to have a pretty, like, kick-ass Sue Storm.
I've heard
And-
from a little birdie, Scotty, that
Yes.
Uma Thurman was the one they wanted, And
Yeah,
that same year, she put out My Super Ex-Girlfriend, which is one of the worst movies ever made.
I've never seen it, but I
pretty
want to.
bad, yeah.
It's Ivan Reitman too.
It's
so
her
I'm kinda
and
curious.
Luke Wilson, I
Oh,
think,
sure.
and like
Scotty.
she's basically Supergirl, but he breaks up with her, so
Oh,
she
that-
uses
you know what?
Supergirl powers to fuck with him.
I'm glad you said the magic word.
Yeah, nice.
Now
wait.
I would like to. Oh, sorry. You know what? I just barged in. So let's conclude our Fantastic Four conversation.
Was Fantastic Four after Dark Angel? I think it was, right? Was that the one?
Oh,
was
it
that her
must
show?
have been.
Yeah. Well, you talk about casting, right? So I feel like this is like right after the show was over and she's like starting to peak in like her career. Arguably.
What was Jessica Alba? What was the peak of Jessica Alba's career?
I can't
must
say
have
Oh
for
been
god, it
Dark
was.
Angel.
I think it was Dark Angel.
But
It must have been.
but this was like shortly after that, so I feel like the casting makes sense there. And to your point, I didn't mind her. I think outside of like maybe Michael Chiklis and like at various points, Chris Evans. I don't think anybody in the film is very interesting. Let's watch this.
I think the guy's name was Julian McMahon from
Yes.
Nip Tuck.
Nip Tuck.
Seemed like a perfect fit for that. And it wasn't, I don't know if it was his fault. Doctor Doom was just written really bad in those two movies, specifically the second one. Because Julian McMahon actually kind of a good pick to be Doctor Doom. It didn't work at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, you guys want to hear Doctor Doom talk under his mask?
Yes. This is Italian Doctor Doom, by the way.
It's clobbering time.
See, that's not bad.
That's pretty good. Budget.
Oh yeah, Mister.
That mouth is bad.
If you
It's better
framed it
than
a bit
Ninja
better,
Turtles
it would've been
3.
good.
But the fact that it was never intended to be released, you got to say they at least made it, because you guys know that, right? It was never.
Yeah.
It was never going to be released. It was
To
just
hold on to the copyright. That was
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I don't care for Jessica Alba as Sue Storm. I like Jessica Alba, but I don't like her as Sue Storm. I don't like Kate Mara as Sue Storm, and it is 90% of the reason that I don't like that is because of the stupid fucking wig that they put on because of all the reshoots and whatever. And also, it's a terrible movie. Don't watch Fan Four Stick.
Vanessa Kirby seems like a perfect fit.
I am in 100% agreement with you. And the thing is that up until this point, I don't know the name of the actress, but the lady from the Roger Corman movie, so far on screen, is my favorite Sue Storm.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Kate Mara wasn't a good fit. She's a good actress, not a good fit. And
What's
the
the name
wig,
of the lady from
the wig in the second half didn't work.
No, it sucked. Also, like the thing, I don't know. Josh Trank is talented, I'm sure. He's been paid many monies, but I just don't think he understood what was going on.
Many monies.
A lot of monies.
So the actors that played Sue Storm, because I knew Rebecca Stab, S-T-A-A-B.
That's her. She's
she was in some shit.
She was in the Tate Donovan movie Love Potion #9 with Sandra Bullock.
Okay, and that's where I know her from. She was in The Night Agent, which is a show I watch, a Netflix show that I watch. I think it's Netflix.
Now, can I ask you like a Rule 34 about Rebecca Stab?
Is that the porn one?
Do you know if there's any, like, I don't know, nudity or whatever that she does?
I don't know. And not in that show. No. Can I suggest a terrible movie that we watch? Because we've been kind of blowing movies for the last minute.
Oh, dude.
You killed innocent people. The means to an end. You started a massacre. I caused the revolution. You betrayed the law. Law.
Another one of my favorite actors.
Yeah, Armand Assante is amazing.
Really? So Judge Dredd from 1995 is so fucking terrible and
I gotta go get
misguided.
it. I gotta go get it.
Apparently, like the script wasn't bad, but when Sly showed up, he's like, "No, fuck that. I'm not wearing the helmet except for the opening scene." Like, you know, his ego just jumped right into that movie and fucked it up. And it plus, you have Rob Schneider in there as comic relief. Yeah, that movie is a corn fest of bad CGI, bad lines, terrible production design. Because what's it called, Ben? It's Central, not Central City,
Mega City 1.
Mega City, yeah, Mega City 1 or something,
yeah.
Like when that 2012 Judge 3D movie or Dredd 3D movie came out, that got it all right, in my opinion.
Yeah,
you know?
That movie's great.
I don't know if it got the whole comic book right, but it got so much of it right.
Yeah,
that movie is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, I've not read much.
But
Judge
1995
Dredd,
Judge Dredd, not so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, me neither. But that movie, it almost felt like watching that movie, because even the way that Sly is dressed as Dredd, it reminded me of John Spartan, the character that he plays in Demolition Man. There were so many similarities where they were trying to be funny and trying to be eccentric, futuristic stuff. But Demolition Man was actually written by talented people, so it works. You know,
that's a fun movie. Demolition.
What were you going to say? Sorry. It is.
Demolition Man is a really fun movie where Judge Dredd is not nearly as fun. And Rob Schneider, at the height of his powers, couldn't really help it.
Yeah, I mean, they just made him the dumb sidekick who's like, "Hey, I am the law."
Basically recycling.
That movie
sketches.
it's a pretty terrible movie. And that's got a young, God, what's her name? I love her from, Diane Lane, a very young Diane Lane. Or not very young, but like a mid-30s Diane Lane in that movie. She looks good in the spandex shorts and stuff like that. Okay, I got an even worse movie for you guys that we can talk about.
Yeah, I know you do.
Kill him! Maybe not.
Great.
You got to know what that is, right?
Steel.
Yeah. John Henry.
Which, you know,
hey, I got a good idea from you other $1 million executives. Let's hire Shaquille O'Neal to play.
And I think it's worth noting this is technically a Superman movie.
What do you mean?
Oh, dude. So in the comic, Superman, right, dies, right? Do you remember that was like a huge thing in the 90s? Superman died. And so at one point before he was like resurrected, there's just like a bunch of dudes who like kind of take on the mantle of Superman. There's like one guy who's a cyborg, he's half robot Superman, and like there's like a Superboy, and there's another one who wears sunglasses or whatever. But John Henry,
talking about the actual.
You're talking about the rise of the Supermen.
Yeah, these are in the comics. So John Henry is this guy who builds like a mech suit. And he becomes a Superman. John Henry becomes Steel.
He's so good at building a mech suit. Instead of a bunch of guns, he makes himself a sledgehammer.
Dude, and it kills me.
Also a gun.
It
is a gun.
In the comic, it's like a fucking mech, and he just basically puts sheet metal on his fucking body. And hammer. It's so lame. It is so lame. It's such a cool character. They ruined it, man.
He never for 1 second does not look goofy in that
movie.
It
was a vehicle. It was a vehicle for Shaquille O'Neal, and it should have been Michael Clark Duncan.
I'm telling you. Well, he wasn't a thing yet, but Michael Clark Duncan would have been way better. But you know, you can always you can have a Shaquille O'Neal double feature with Steel and Kazam. So you can always do that.
Yeah,
I do that. So, Scotty, while you're gone, we discussed Judge Dredd. Oh, you heard that? Yeah, show that again. See, look at that. Look, wait, go to his face. He refused to wear the goddamn mask, and that's the thing.
Oh, he wore the mask.
No, dude, he wore it for like one scene.
Yeah, but you know what? And the thing, everybody poo-poos Stallone not wearing the mask and all that jazz. But I'm just saying, this is the movie that gave me an appreciation as a man towards a woman for Diane Lane, because that cat suit with the helmet,
she looked good. She looked good.
Like, you know what? It's on my Tinder profile. It's like, will you dress up as Judge Hershey for me?
Yeah, put her
and everyone swipes left.
Put her and Sandra Bullock from Demolition Man in the same outfit and make a calendar out of that shit.
Oh my stars! So yeah, no, or Michelle Pfeiffer from Batman Returns. Anyway, what I want is cat foods.
Someone dressed in tight black. Ben will do it for you.
Stop it! Don't you keep talking.
I could Photoshop it for sure.
Oh, I've deep faked all of my best friends into cat.
So Scotty, Ben, this is, I don't know. I'm gonna get your guys' opinion on this one.
Sure.
I want to say 1984. Well, let's just let it speak for itself. Is this movie awful or is it good?
No, it's terrible.
yeah.
I liked it when I was a young kid, but I haven't seen it since then. I've heard it's.
I don't
bad.
think I ever liked it. Yeah.
No, I didn't either, but I bought the special
Supergirl
edition.
fights a witch with like witchcraft powers.
Oh,
I
yeah,
guess
it's
that's
Faye
kind of
Dunaway.
interesting,
It's Faye Dunaway.
Dude,
Faye Dunaway,
but it's like a hot blonde as a superhero. Like, what am I not going to like about that? You know what I mean?
Ben, and that's what I've been trying to say to so many people for so long is I enjoy watching attractive people do amazing things.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't know why that's a weird.
I don't know about you, Scotty, but I've had mixed feelings about the fact real people are on television now, but I'm not going to get into that.
No, that's why I'm a big advocate of AI, is because I'm sick and tired of real people and I want them to be replaced.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I actively, like, throughout my childhood, I hated Supergirl.
Oh.
And my sister loved it. So we had to watch Hart Bochner every weekend. And because Hart Bochner, you know, Ellis from Die Hard, he's the love interest. And he plays a dummy who is he plays a dummy. Anyway, so I had to watch this and I hated it. But then I found out that there was a special edition that was actually longer. And for some weird hoarding reason, I had to get the longer version of Supergirl. And then I found out that it was a limited edition. They only made 50,000 of these. And I was so very happy. There was a guy that I know. Yeah, like the 3,289th edition of Supergirl. Wow. So this is like a low. This is low. I wish I had number 37. But like, so this is a thing. Have I watched it? No. I fucking hate this movie. Do I have it? Yes. Am I a hoarder? Certainly.
And I think that was my first movie in the theater that I remember, at least.
You remember Supergirl? Huh? Good for you.
I mean, I remember going to it. I
you
just
like
remember
it?
At the time. Yeah, I think it was. I was like 6 years old. So
did you tie a towel around your neck and then run around the lawn, being like?
Yeah, of course. I always pretended to be a strong superwoman.
When was the last time you tied a towel around your neck and ran around the yard and said "we"?
Just last week.
Okay, that makes sense. That checks out.
It's hot over here.
Fair enough. Are you jumping? No, you're jumping through sprinklers.
Yes.
What about Howard the Duck?
Oh fuck! I'm glad you brought it up.
Fucking Tim Robbins.
Oh yeah.
When I saw Howard the Duck, I was like, that guy Tim Robbins is gonna win an Oscar one day, and then he never did.
What is it? People like we can talk shit about Alec Baldwin, and it's like, oh no, kill the guy. And then we watch things like Howard the Duck, where it's got Principal Rooney, and he, I'm not saying what he did was worse than murder, but oh my. Like the guy,
yeah.
Like I don't want to go. I don't want to dive deep.
He was caught up in a child pornography ring type thing in 1999 or 2000 or something like that. Yeah.
But also, he's great in Howard the Duck.
He plays one of the dark overlords of the universe.
Yeah, but it's like, oh no, I don't want to talk about Alec Baldwin anymore because of the bad thing he did. Oh yeah, did you see the pedophile in Howard the Duck? He's great.
Howard the Duck has a lot of problems, for sure.
Well, yes, it is. No, this is one of the best worst movies ever. If you haven't seen Howard the Duck, this is amazing. Do you want to know what it's like to see a lady seduce a fowl?
Would you like to know more?
Would you like to learn more? Would you like to? Like, I don't even understand the food court of debauchery that Howard works at in the second act of this film.
Oh, you mean when he's working at the hand job house?
Yeah, like I don't even
towels,
all of the towels are wet. And when I was young, I didn't know how that happened. And when I was older, I didn't want to know how that happened. So yeah, no, it is an oddly debaucherous film, and also it's got a pretty kick-ass soundtrack. It's got the Shawshank Redemption, and Marty McFly's mom blows a duck.
So I got a really good dark horse movie that I wanted to bring up that we haven't talked about yet. The movie, from what I understand, is not as dark or as adult themed as the comic was, and then they made a cartoon out of it, which is even more ridiculous. But I love the movie. I used to watch it all the time. I want to say I was like a sophomore in high school when it came out. The Mask.
Yeah. Oh fuck!
Oh yeah.
I don't have a copy of that either. I find this movie obnoxious.
Because of Jim Carrey, or
no, just in general. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have it, but I want it. I like it.
I think it had pretty good effects for like 1994. It had really good special effects.
Yeah.
My distaste has absolutely nothing to do with the quality. It's a good movie.
Once it's him just in the makeup, it's great. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's funny, like the Cuban beat thing. I used to love that shit. I remember in high school at dances, they would put that on as one of the songs at a dance, and people would just go fucking nuts. I'm on the Cuban beat.
Hey, so Ben, I was in I think Mexico once for work, and we were at some resort, and they had a live show going on that night at the resort, and it was like dances to like famous movie songs, right? So there's like the Flashdance song, and then like the Dirty Dancing song or whatever, and they did this song, and so basically this guy came out in a yellow suit in the green mask, and with a bunch of like flamenco dancers, and did the whole bit. It was amazing, dude. It was one of the most amazing things I've seen in my life.
So was it like lip syncing, but it was all the same moves and stuff?
Yeah, it's exactly it. It was a big dance number done live with with lip syncing. Yeah, I guess.
Well, and that's another thing people don't know about Jim Carrey is he sang that and he did all his own dancing because he's just he was in the Canadian comic circles. They used to call him the Rubber Man because he could just like move his body and all these weird. He could be very flimsy, like a Stretch Armstrong doll or something.
Yeah,
it's undeniable Jim Carrey's talent, and I don't know.
Are you not a fan, Scotty? Are you not a fan?
I'm not a Jim Carrey fan. Like, I think my favorite.
I figured he was a Canadian national treasure.
Yeah.
No. My favorite Jim Carrey movie is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Not Ace Ventura 2. It's not Ace Ventura 2.
No,
and
Eternal
I think
Sunshine
that's
is his best film. Yes, it's his best.
But
film, for sure.
I don't know. I was not taken. I like him. Like I'm not mad at him. But I just, and when people
You're not
say,
mad at him?
"Ooh, Jim Carrey," I'm like, whatever.
Let's see the Cuban Pete.
Yeah, let's
There we go.
live this. I know people. This is good.
No, he's amazing in this scene. I have to stop it for a second so I don't get blasted for it. But
Yeah.
YouTube's been on a rampage lately.
I heard.
Even for something this old, huh?
I think Tom Riegert is my favorite part of this movie. Whenever he yells Doyle.
Anyway, yeah, I love The Mask. I watched it so many times when I was in high school. And I never knew it was a Dark Horse comic until I became an adult. And until I started, I guess, learning more about Dark Horse stuff, because I started reading more Dark Horse stuff, which Bobette got me.
Well, there's a lot of people who do, comic book reviews and the difference between the movie and the original source material. And I am far more interested in the source material in terms of the psychotic violence of the Mask in the Dark Horse comic, as opposed to sort of the coloring book version that was presented as, showcase of the talents of Jim Carrey.
Yeah, and there's one scene in the movie where he gets conned by these or he gets ripped off by these
right.
And when he goes and fucks with them his first night of being the Mask, he does kind of he like shoves shit up their ass and stuff. So that one scene you're like, oh fuck, like he's kind of gnarly in that, but he doesn't do anything like that again, really.
Well, you don't see it on it.
Yeah,
it is cartoony, but then again, it's like that's the charm of the film, is that because Stanley Ipkiss is a fan of those old Tex Avery cartoons.
Yeah, the cartoons.
Yeah, and that influences. But then, like when anybody else puts on the Mask and they adapt to Stanley Ipkiss's proclivities, it's that doesn't make any sense.
When Zed from Pulp Fiction
sure
puts on the Mask, who's the lead villain, he becomes like a demon pretty much,
That's
when the Mask looks really cool on him. It's like, it's super fucking demonic looking.
Whatever happened to that guy? Whatever happened to
he was in
Zed?
so much shit back in the day. Fucking Usual Suspects, fucking Pulp Fiction.
Are we gonna say Zed's dead?
Zed's dead, baby. Zed's dead.
I don't know. And if he is, rest in peace. And my heart goes
I hope
out
he's
to your
not.
family. So
do you guys want to oh, go ahead, Scotty. Sorry.
So flashcards.
Yeah.
This is a television show.
Dina Meyer.
Oh, I'm not seeing that.
Not only Dina Meyer, Scotty, but also Mia Sara, right?
Mia Sara as the only reason I have this is because it's Mia Sara as Harley Quinn. That's it. And you know what else I got? A bunch of more pretty ladies.
Have you ever seen this one?
No, I've seen this. I watched this.
No,
I got
Ben,
this.
I think Ben might have stepped up, but I want to see if Ben has seen this because it's.
No, I've never seen it before.
Have you heard of it though? Because it has.
No, I'm aware of it, and it's
not
a curious thing. But yeah, I've never.
So it's got the Oracle, Batgirl, Harley Quinn, and I think don't they also have
the Huntress?
The Huntress, yes, the Huntress, yeah.
That's who.
Dina Meyer plays the
Scott
Oracle.
Is the Huntress, and Dina Meyer.
It only lasted
one
season, and
it does a great adaptation, or like an adaptation of the Joker showing up from The Killing Joke and shooting Barbara Gordon, and like they do that. I don't know the actor who played the Joker, but they got Mark Hamill to do the voice. The introduction is great. It does turn into, it turns into episodic whatever, but it is like, I really like it. It's interesting to delve into these characters, and it's fun 90s. Like if you like the Flash television show, same deal.
Well, it was the same network, only it was called like WB or something back then.
Right.
Before it was CW. Yeah.
Like I liked it, and this. I don't know if this came out concurrently or if it came out before Smallville.
Smallville was a year before that. That came out in 2002. Smallville was 2001. Yeah,
so this was sort of an attempt. This was the beginning of that Arrowverse that people talk about.
It was really good. I don't know. I was in the military when it came out, and I remember I was overseas. And we would always get these random feeds on the television sets around the ship where like some channel would come on and you had 24 hours to watch Fox shows, 24 hours to watch this or this. And then I remember watching a couple episodes of Birds of Prey while I was overseas just on there. And I was like, oh, this is really cool. And I loved Dina Meyer. I loved seeing Mia Sara on there and shit.
Oh my God.
I didn't know the thing about Mark Hamill doing the voice. I didn't pick up on that, but like it was one of those early shows where it's a bunch of like badass chicks that are running their own show, but there's no mention of that. That's just the show. Like it just is what it is.
Like, and that's the thing is that, and I like when I watch, Batwoman, what was that movie or the show that was out for, not Batwoman, Batgirl? Well, I don't even know what it was.
Oh, the Batgirl show? Ugh.
Yeah, but it wasn't Batgirl. I think it was Batwoman.
It was Batwoman, yeah.
And,
Batwoman.
And
yeah,
that was the
like
thing,
Ruby
is that
Rose
it hit you over the head the entire time. It's like, Batman's not here, Batman's not here, Batman's not here. And the thing is with Birds of Prey, and I think what's his name? Ian Abercrombie playing Alfred, and he is still there during Birds of Prey. And I think that is a very nice bridge to sort of, you need that sort of olive branch to say to the audience, it's like, yeah, Batman's not here, but Alfred is, come on.
Yeah.
And also, if you establish that the Joker shot Barbara Gordon, then obviously the Joker had already killed Jason Todd, so Robin is out of the picture. It's like, it is such a, like, it's not to be crude or crass, this shit is tight. Anyway, so I like Birds of Prey. Also, you already mentioned,
I do too.
You also mentioned My Girl, The Bowler, I Don't Care, My Ideal Woman is Janine Garofalo from 1997, and
Shovel.
She's the perfect. You can shovel all you want. I do enjoy the shoveler, though. He is.
I am the waffler with my griddle of.
The waffler.
The shoveler is the Captain America of this group. I enjoy the spleen. I don't care too much for the Hulk. Sorry, Joanne.
The Ben Stiller character's the Hulk, right?
Yeah. And then the Blue Raja.
We can't fight.
You know what, Hank Azaria? This image will haunt you forever. I don't care if you stop voicing Apu. This is a thing that you posed. You're wearing a turban and throwing.
He is. But dude,
and then also,
there's
is this Kel? Is this?
And
is
people
this
don't get enough credit to Wes Studi. Fucking Wes Studi, man.
Wes Studi is rad.
Dude, these characters are so fucking funny. Have you guys all seen Mystery Men?
Yeah, it's a great movie.
John, you've seen it, right? You've never seen Mystery Men? Oh, it's so right up your alley, man.
It's awesome. You should see it.
It's got so many actors that I know you like. I thought you saw that for sure. Yeah,
I'll put it on my list.
It's so ahead of its. It's so ahead of its time. I think that's why it probably bombed. But
is this the same year that Heat came out?
Oh
no, he came out in 95. That's 99. Yeah.
Okay, so but Wes Studi was in Heat, and he was also in Mystery Men. Yeah, no, you're gonna love it. And you're absolutely right. It was ahead of its time because it was making fun of superhero tropes before anyone knew what those tropes were.
Yeah, that was the problem with it. Is like we hadn't gotten oversaturation yet or fatigue. Like this would, like if this came out now, it would be the fuck. It would be well, I don't know what it would have done, but it would have been.
It would kill. It would have killed. You know?
It probably would have killed.
Yeah,
You're right. Yeah.
It's got Greg Kinnear. How couldn't it kill?
Dude, Greg Kinnear, what's his name? Mr.
Captain Amazing.
Captain Amazing. He's such an asshole. Like, I fucking love it.
And then last but certainly not least, I did want to acknowledge one of the best superhero films comic book films pre-2000. One of my favorites, mind-blowing. Not it like it's a messy adaptation, but it is visually stunning.
Oh, I didn't think about that. That's a good call.
So I like, if you haven't seen it, watch it on an empty stomach, and also enjoy. Like, it is visually stunning when you consider the technical achievement of the animation. There are things being created to make this look as good as it does. The story falls apart. The story falls apart at the end. They hadn't even finished writing the manga.
Is that the live action movie or the cartoon?
This is the animated. This is the anime. The anime. And but this is one of those things that if you would like to see moving pictures that were created by hand-drawn humans, this is an achievement. And that's, I'm sure Kat has the 4K Steelbook, but I think that this is something that I pop on at least once a year, and then halfway through I pause it, and then I smoke a joint, and then I come back and I finish watching.
I actually just went to, there's a Japanese museum here, it's in like Boca Raton or Boynton or something. But yeah, they had the Akira exhibit, and I went a couple months ago.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Yeah, they had the hand-drawn cells.
You saw
and
the
stuff
cells?
like that. Yeah. Yes, it was amazing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
No, I love
Really
that
cool.
movie very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we didn't really even.
But you
go
know
over
what's
a lot.
better than that?
Play Duck.
Play Duck.
But I guess we didn't really talk that much about some of the cartoon movies, because I love a lot of the cartoon movies. I mean, Justice League. What was that?
Yeah, but pre-2000.
No. I'm talking pre-2000s. There was oh fuck. What was the Ben? What was the first movie? The first Batman cartoon movie that was based kind of off of the animated series? Was it?
It's Batman: Mask of the Phantasm.
That's right. And but was that late '90s or was that was right?
That was the '90s. Yeah, that's a great one. I had
That's
that
a great
one written
movie.
down.
Yeah,
that's a great one. Yeah,
that's one of the best Batman. A lot of people say it's one of the best Batman.
I know, and it didn't do very well, but it is one of the best Batman. It's better than the was Schumacher, is that his name? The guy who did 3 and 4?
Schumacher? Yeah.
It's easily better than those. It's the third best one before the Dark Knight reboots. I mean,
well, and it's interesting. You could watch Batman '89, Batman Returns, and Batman: Mask of the Phantasm, and that's a brilliant trilogy.
Yes, it feels more like those movies than Forever does, because the animated series took after the Burton movies. It took the theme song, it took the aesthetic, the car, the outfit. Yeah, for sure.
Well, and I'm all going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs about my Spider-Man box set. I still when I'm scanning my can I get this on sale? How can I cheap this? Can I do like a Ocean's 11 theft to get it? I'm like, I want a Blu-ray of the Bruce Timm Batman animated series of the whole kit and caboodle. Like, gorgeous.
It's out there.
I'm going to quickly say thank you, all 12 people. Well, now it's dropping. I don't say thank you then. Maybe you'll come back. But thank you guys for watching really quickly. And I want to end the poll that we've had up the entire show. Can Marvel make a full recovery from these latest box office disappointments? And we have a winner of Who Gives a Fuck.
That's awesome.
So Who Gives a Fuck wins by 47%. I love it. I put that option on there because I figured some people wouldn't care.
Well, I'm disappointed because I always have hope for good things. Like, I want to see Thunderbolts because I read The Sentry, and I thought that was a tragic character, and I never thought that they were ever going to make a movie about the Sentry. And
I never knew much about Sentry, to be honest.
Yeah, but that's the thing, and I think that is something, and I don't want to be a gatekeeper or anything like that, but it's like, oh, I didn't know about that character, and therefore I don't care about this movie, and snark. And it's like, well, I do know about that character, and I can't believe they made a live action version of it. And I'm going to go check it out.
So the second place winner of the poll was 33% that said no, and Marvel can't come back, and then 20% said yes. Out of 15 votes, yeah, that's all well and good. All right. Anyway, but no, Scotty, I'm with you. It's like
fine. I don't like Marvel anymore either. How are you? Happy?
No, there's a lot of. I mean, honestly, I didn't think we'd ever see Adam Warlock on screen, and to be honest, I don't think we still have. Because that wasn't Adam Warlock.
Well, you know who should have played Adam Warlock?
Well, he was fine as the actor. It's just that wasn't the character at all.
No, but you know who should have played Adam Warlock?
Chris Rock.
No, John Hamm.
John Hamm. Oh yeah. Yes. John, thank you for reminding me.
Who should play Eleanor Roosevelt in the
John Hamm.
John Hamm. Yes.
I was gonna say Johnny Depp. But John, thank you for reminding me. The next Hump Day Happy Hour is the 30th anniversary of Crimson Tide. So everybody brush up on your Crimson Tide. It's a massive
shit. Heavens, yes.
All right, I got one more movie for you guys, and I want you to guess what it is based off this clip. Should I play that again?
Yes, please.
Just look at the color of the tights.
It's the Phantom.
It's the Phantom. So I always think of that movie as it belongs in. You guys, there's a thing I used to call the Raimi verse, which was, you had Xena, the warrior princess, you had Hercules, Jack of all trades, all of them starring Bruce Campbell. But I loved that little universe that he made on TV. These kind of cheesy but really engaging TV. Joanne, did you ever watch like Xena or Hercules or anything like that?
Yeah, both.
Yeah, I love them both. And then Jack of all trades came out a little bit later, and Briscoe County Jr., which was fucking awesome. Like, I want a 4K of that. I don't know if they can do that because I don't think they shot it.
I think it's all available on YouTube. I think you can get it.
Oh, no. I mean, you can get the Blu-ray. I just don't know if they can 4K transfer it just based on how it was shot. But anyway, all of those shows, like, the Phantom feels like it belongs in there. It's almost like the Phantom would have been more successful if they had made a 90s TV show, like a serial, which is what it was originally anyway. But yeah,
dude, I went to the drugstore because I was picking up cola on sale. And I saw it from one of those spinner racks, and the Phantom was there. It was $4.99 Canadian, and in American that means that they gave you $1. And so I picked it up, and I watched it, and I was like, this is super fun. This is on, like, not as good as The Rocketeer, but come on, it's in the same ballpark. And then I showed it to my dad, and I was like, you got to check this out. And he was like, what's with this purple spandex? And then he watched it, And well, no, he didn't say that because he remembered it from his boyhood. He knew who the Phantom was, and he watched it and he was like, that is like a throwback adventure movie. It's so silly, but it also has heart and it's great. And there's Catherine Zeta-Jones and Christy Swanson. Like, it's so like it. I think that if you're looking for a good time, like just to lift your spirits a bit, The Phantom.
It really is
gonna fail you. It's a good
really
movie.
Fucking fun. It's just goofy fun, and it's funny. Like Billy Zane, if they wanted him to, and they made a serious costume, he could have also played it very brooding and serious. But instead, the movie didn't want to do that. It wanted to be more like Xena and Hercules.
Faithful. Faithful to the originals, and yeah, no, but
well, remember that was also radio serial first.
Yes, well, but I see what you're saying in terms of that sort of whimsical, daring do adventure serial. Like it is, it doesn't take itself too seriously, but it also doesn't undermine its own premise.
Yes.
Holy shit, that was almost cogent.
No, that was great. No, I'm glad that you know it and like it as much as I do, because I do think it's just one of those ridiculously fun. It's not making fun of itself. It's not self-aware. Let's see, Ben. I have to drop off. Hey, oh shit, Ben. I hope you're okay, man.
Yeah,
heavens.
You feel better.
Not feeling good, so he had to go. Fuck. I hope you're all right,
Well,
buddy.
You said you said you were in the garage. Did you leave the car running?
Hopefully not. And I don't think
the tailpipe. Yeah. Hey, if text me if you're feeling all right later, man. Hope you're good. Hope you're good, buddy.
Wait, and of course, I look forward to your successful return, Ben. But what is this poll? This is ridiculous. Is The Rocketeer the best non-comic book movie? It was a comic book.
No, it wasn't.
Yes,
it wasn't a comic book until the
yes,
movie
it was.
came out.
No, not true.
Are you okay? I thought it wasn't. Are you sure?
No, it was. Yeah, no, it was.
Ah, son of a bitch. For some reason, I thought The Rocketeer was an original property that they later turned into a comic book.
No,
I think that's true of Toxic Avenger.
I don't know anything about the Toxic Avenger.
I saw the look on your face, Scotty. I'm like, I really upset him right there. Like, holy shit.
I'm just thinking, like, and I feel bad.
I thought I've heard forever that was not a comic book movie, and that they made it one after. Like it was just
no.
An
No, it
original
was
screenplay.
adapted. It was adapted.
All right. I stand correct. I stand correct.
Let's see.
I'll give you the paddle, and I'll bend over later.
Thank you, sir. Can I have another?
Take it now. Take it. Take the fucking elephant.
There's one movie that nobody mentioned that I actually haven't seen, but now it's on my list.
Give it
because
to me.
of Daredevil. It's the Punisher from '89, and it has Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, Dolph Lundgren. Yeah.
Oh shit, Joey.
He never
you
wears
see-
the logo, but they do call him the Punisher in it. Yeah.
What's that? Oh, I think Scotty's gonna go get it. I think that's what's happening.
I
right now.
love that. I love when he saves that whole school bus full of kids. That's a great scene. Yeah. That movie was supposed to be a bigger deal than it was, and they couldn't get the rights to the logo. So he's just a guy with a trench coat. He didn't have the rights to do the skull. Yeah, there it is. See, he doesn't have the skull. Yeah. Dolph Lundgren was actually kind of a fucking awesome, underrated Punisher. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Ray
You haven't
Stevenson
seen
is
it,
the best.
Joanne? You just know of it?
No, I just know of it, and now that I finished
Watch it.
Daredevil,
Watch
I
it.
really
It's
wanna
a
watch
very
it.
fun, like early 90s.
Oh, it's a great 90s action movie.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
surprised nobody mentioned it. You guys both saw it, right?
I completely forgot about it, so I give you mad props. I give you mad props.
I am the law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I have two good reasons to see it, so it's on my list now.
Well, Louis got
You know,
some
the
good
only
news there.
excuse I have is
What are you doing? I'm so high.
Oh man.
good call though, Joe, because that movie is a blast. It's very violent. And the reason that like Dolph Lundgren plays such a good Punisher is because he's so stoic and like tall and obviously huge and imposing at the time. but he's just like the perfect guy to play that. He has that blank stare, even though the guy in real life is like really energetic and fun, and he's like a genius.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah, he's brilliant. He's like a fucking, what is he, Scotty? He's like a fucking engineer or some shit.
Oh,
or-
I'm not even smart enough to tell you how smart.
Dolph Lundgren is supposedly like Elon Musk smart, but in movies you can barely read lines.
Well,
That's
and
nice.
also at one point he was inside Grace Jones.
Well, who wasn't back then? Who wasn't?
Well, okay.
I can tell you someone who probably wasn't.
Gregory Hines?
Yeah, I don't think
Dude,
that
I was over on Anti-Derivative Jill's, and we were talking about a character named Greg and Gregory. It was bouncing back and forth between Greg and Gregory, and so by the end of it, because I just, I had given over to my desires, and I just started referring to the character as Gregory Hines, and I wished I had that. I was like, Gregory Hines, and nobody knows that joke over on Jill's channel, and so everyone's like, what's going on with the guy from Tap?
I remember the first time I played it for Kat, she was like, why are you guys all laughing? And we're like, you just don't get it. You don't
understand. You don't get it. Anyway, I love the Punisher. I think that Ray Stevenson is probably the best of the Punishers.
That's what I've heard. I've never seen that one.
Oh, dude, it is so good.
Do you think it's better than John Bernthal? I think John Bernthal is fucking amazing in it.
Well, it depends on what you want from your Punisher. Do you want to investigate the internal nightmare that is being Frank Castle?
Well, okay.
Or
That's
do you
season
just
one.
want to see somebody shooting guns and cooking
I'll give you
foods?
that, Scotty. That's season one. It's all about his PTSD. Season two, he's actually just fucking shit up. So I'll give you that. Yeah.
So no, I love Ray Stevenson as.
What did you
Frank.
think of Thomas Jane? I always thought he was too small, but his performance was fine. He just was too small.
I think that the Punisher. Well, yeah, no, I think he was too small as well. Well, yeah, no, he was too small.
You know who would have been the best fucking Punisher ever, Scotty?
Who?
I'll give you one guess.
Gregory Hines.
John Hamm.
Oh, fuck! I should have known that, but he was too young. He was too young in 1997.
Oh no, I mean now.
Oh, now?
What does 1997 have to do with anything?
I don't know. It's my go-to.
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Exactly. Precisely.
Mm.
All right.
I've gone through my list. What about you?
No, I'm out of DVDs. Unless you
well,
want
dude,
to see
you really brought the physical media, man. I appreciate that. It gave us like comic book panels to show off while we were talking. I really, really like that. Yeah. Before we go though, I don't want to forget. There's so much about that. I want to interview the editor, the sound designer. Like, why did all that take so long? Like, what was the thought process?
I want to talk to the Shield. So, but before we go, okay. It's funny that you play that because as I've grown in my life, I've had many favorite superheroes. My current favorite superhero is Captain America. Who is your favorite? Who are your favorite superheroes, like individually?
Joanne, you can go first.
Everyone knows mine already.
Yeah, Hulk.
Yeah, let's say it. It'll make Bruce come.
The Hulk, and specifically the Lou Ferrigno Hulk, just because I'm biased.
For me, it's like in the comics versus like what their representations of the movies have been, not so great. My favorite characters in comics are X-Men, and particularly I love Nightcrawler as a character. I love Kurt Wagner, and I love Gambit, and I I love Cyclops, even though all three of those have kind of been done dirty in the movies, even though they weren't in bad movies. And then my all-time favorite superhero of all time is Spider-Man. Always has been, always will be. And I think most of the movies have treated it right in one way or another. You know, I haven't got kicked in the nuts.
I really like
Superman
the Amazing
fans have.
Spider-Man 2. I really
no. Those two movies are fucking god awful.
No, but I really like the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh, I don't like it. I don't like either one of them. But I like that one better than the second one. Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the most comic accurate Spider-Man costume I've ever seen.
The costume, yes.
Like everything about that is like when I show up to the Amazing Spider-Man 2, because it has very little relation to the Amazing Spider-Man 1.
It's so bad. Yeah.
And I watched the second one and I'm like, oh, okay, this is like me picking up issue 15. And I'm like, what's going on? And I watch it and I'm just like, oh, that's Spider-Man, I think.
No, I think Andrew Garfield.
Oh, that's Norman Osborn.
I have nothing bad to say about Andrew Garfield in either Peter Parker. I mean, I would have rather them not turn him into a skates punk outsider and had him be a nerd. So it makes more sense later, but whatever. Yeah. That's,
Amazing Spider-Man 2 is better than Amazing Spider-Man 1.
Both of them are terrible.
Yes, but the first one is more terrible, although it does have more Dennis Leary. Which
it's just boring. It's just fucking boring. The second one may be wacky and ridiculous, but at least it's like so bad it's good.
See, everyone says that when Marissa Tomei showed up as Aunt May, it was like, oh, we're gonna make Aunt May fuckable. And I was like, didn't you see Sally Field?
Sally Field, yeah, totally. She was fuckable with Sally Field for sure, man.
Oh yeah, no, totes.
Dude, fucking Gidget, fuck yes, dude.
I know.
I'll fuck Gidget at any age, bro.
Do you have her number? I'm gonna call Sally Field right now.
I always like that about you, Ben. You appreciate the older women. It's good.
Oh man, are you kidding me? Like some of them are the most beautiful. I mean, some older women are just fucking retarded hot. You know, not retarded hot. Like that sounded weird. You know what I mean?
In so many ways.
Bombshell hot, man. Fucking bombshell hot. And Sally Field was one of them.
I love dementia hot.
Yeah.
I love it when they model.
They don't even know where they are. They start.
When they model that Depends for me. It's
but I'm balls deep. Anyway, let's go away.
But yeah, I don't know. Spider-Man for me just always been the most relatable, and I love all of the Tom Holland movies. All of his MCU movies I've liked a lot. I think the first one was probably the best Spider-Man movie because it was like him just fighting like gun runners, and it was very street level. And then the second one, they go to Europe. I get why, because they were trying to move away from the blip and all that stuff.
Remember European Vacation? And it was like the first one was good, and then the second one they went to Europe. That's how I feel.
That's perfect. Yeah.
Far from
even though I like European Vacation quite a bit, but I know what you mean. Yeah. But then obviously No Way Home. No Way Home it wasn't really Tom Holland's movie. It was, the gimmicks movie.
Yeah,
but I still enjoyed the fuck out of it though.
It was not as good as Lethal Weapon 4, which felt like a reunion movie.
Wow, you know what? Thank you for bringing that up, because if we are ending this shortly, and even if we're not, I want to bring up the fact that we do still have double digits watching. So I want to say, John and I have done Lethal Weapon 1, 2, 3, 4 in our retrospective series, revisited things, and I've edited them both and watched them both, and I think they're really great and funny. Yes, I laugh at my own jokes. Not when I say them, but when I edit them. Yes. So I think there's some good stuff in there, and that we talk a lot about the behind the scenes and what happened during the script process, the making of those movies, the outcomes, the box offices. You should check it out. Yeah. So I just wanted to say that before I forgot. We don't have to end. I just wanted to say that because you brought up Lethal Weapon 4, which I actually love, and we're going to have out soon. So because that happened, let's make this happen. Dude, you could never get away with that shit now, man. And if you watch the actual sketches where he's like, like
I know. I haven't watched them in so long.
what happened to us as a society? That was really funny in 1990, and now it's really offensive in 2025. What changed? I'm curious.
That's like, and I remember in at the beginning of 2020 when Robert Downey Jr. was promoting Dr. Dolittle. By the way, don't watch it. And he was talking about Tropic Thunder and being in blackface. And he said, I thought I was going to get in so much trouble, but luckily, Ben Stiller was Simple Jack. And that was the thing that everybody hated because you can't do that. And so, yeah, I find it hilarious that, oh no, don't make fun of don't make fun of the people who get better parking spots.
I always think it would have been amazing if he won best, because he got a best supporting actor nomination for Tropic fucking Thunder. You guys know that, right?
Oh, for
if
sure.
he had won that and he went up there and gave the speech as a black man winning a supporting actor nomination.
That's the thing. I have the Blu-ray for Tropic Thunder. If you have the physical,
I'm only the third African American to ever win Best Supporting Actor.
Exactly. That would have been
God.
great. Oh, it would have been a George Carlin moment of absolutely, you're never working again. And
no, in 2008, he would have been fine to do that.
Well,
Like,
and
no one
that
would
was
have
after
cared.
Iron Man too. True. But the thing is that like he says, he's like, I don't drop character until after I've done the audio commentary. And so I've got the DVD, and he does do the fucking audio commentary as Lazarus, as
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
It's incredible. It's kind of annoying, but I appreciate the commitment.
It's too much. Yeah,
it is, but I appreciate the commitment.
It's funny at first, for sure. Yeah, and
I
respect.
But it's also
yeah.
Like I have the Space Jam DVD where Bugs and Daffy do the audio commentary with the director, and like I watch it for 10 minutes and be like, "Oh my stars, this is obnoxious." Like I appreciate the creativity that you've put into this, but there's no way I'm going to continue eating my muffin listening to this.
So, Mutant X.
Oh, great. Oh, great.
Generation X, I mean. Yeah. No, I'm kidding. We don't need to talk about that. Anybody have anything else? We still got people watching if you guys want to hang out. Joanne,
I want to go smoke. I've been waiting.
I want to. Okay, then we'll go. Joanne, without being inappropriate, and I'm sure Scotty feels the same way. You look pretty fucking awesome tonight. I'm just gonna say that. There's something to do with your hair tonight. I don't know what it is, man. You're just rocking it.
Thank you so much. And you know, I'm getting old, Joanne. So it's okay with you.
Yeah, I know. We've said some pretty gnarly shit back and forth. So yeah.
I don't think you look any more than you usually do, but that's also.
Oh no, I kind of try to. I tell her that a lot. I just try to up it every time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's good. It's smart. But what Scotty said is smart too.
Well, I'm just saying you always look radiant and fantastic, and I'm surprised that a woman of your caliber would even speak to me. Are you wearing socks?
Get off my case, motherfucker!
I think everyone here is good looking. This is a good looking show.
Wow.
We're a bunch of good looking cats. You hear that, listeners? We're a bunch of good looking cats. I know we didn't really talk about the Nick Fury David Hasselhoff one, so we won't.
I never saw it. I'm aware of it, but I never saw it.
I think we got one more comment. Oh, from John Scotty. Can you read this one?
Scotty, are you on board for our spoof movie bracket battle in July? Yeah, totes.
Yeah,
As soon
I
as-
talked to him about it, John, before we started the show. Yeah. I think he's on board. And
I enjoy.
think I want to say he has seen Scotty's seen all the movies, where I still have to see Life of Brian. Yeah.
I've seen a lot of them, which was good.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
start.
I mean that one's going to be a fun one to like rewatch because you'll just get belly aches from laughing, and
Oh,
who
yeah.
doesn't want that? You know.
You know what the best part is that we're going to spoil all of the movies by telling each other the jokes.
One of my favorite
We're all going to
characters
do
in any
voices
movie ever.
and
One of my favorite movie characters ever is the French guy Deja Vu in Top Secret, because every time he meets somebody, he's like, "Have we met before?" Like, wait, I think I already saw that. I think I already saw that.
it's so like it's
And then
amazing.
remember Chocolate Mousse, the big
Oh,
black
yeah.
guy. He just uses his tongue to flip his lit cigar over and chew it, and then continue to eat it.
Like I love being a movie snob, but I also enjoy being a movie snob by watching the dumbest movies that I could.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, if you're a
Have you
movie
seen
snob
this?
that if you're a movie snob that only watches like pretentious, like, you know, art stuff, I feel bad because, like, you know, me and John were movie snobs, but about a month ago, me and Josh watched every awful fucking like sword and sandal fucking shitty ass 80s, 70s goofy fucking sword and sorcerer movie you could think of, and we had an absolute fucking blast. You know, you have to expand your mind with cinema. You have to see where every angle, every creator comes from a different point of view. Every single one of them. You know, like there's no director or writer that thinks exactly the same. So it's always important to see, if you really want to be somebody that loves film and understands it, you got to watch every angle of it, you know? So,
But also, you should totally ignore anything with Sydney Sweeney.
I don't
Fuck
agree.
that bitch.
Agree to disagree.
Well, what? Name a good Sydney Sweeney movie.
Which one?
Immaculate was good.
Never heard of it.
Oh, she's fucking awesome in that movie. Yeah, she's great in Immaculate.
Is
and
there
also
nudity? Does
Yeah, I
she
think there
take
was.
off
No,
her
she's
shirt?
not naked. She doesn't get naked. She plays a nun in that fucking
Not
movie.
watching it.
Yeah, but weren't there boobs in there?
Maybe, but there
Because
might have been.
I think there were.
Well, I just might lose my head.
I don't-
Exactly. Tell me where do I find Sydney Sweeney's boobs? This is the internet. I need to know.
She does not show her boobs in White Lotus, but she's quite good on that show.
You know, I've heard some good things about White Lotus, but that's
It's
on Apple
fucking
Plus.
great, man. It's
Yeah.
really fucking.
Yeah, I don't like the apples. I don't like the apples. I don't believe in Satan.
Okay.
I heard if you ate the apple, then that's like bad.
Hey, Scotty, The Rocketeer is the best non-comic book movie. 75% say no and 25% say yes. So 25% think like me and didn't know that it was actually a comic book at a time.
Abe
I
Stevens.
apologize to everybody. I don't know where I thought I heard that it was kind of, I thought it was like built off of like Indiana Jones and Captain America and some other stuff where I thought it was kind of an original property. I did not know it was so how far back does it go, Scotty? Is it
Not
really
that
like a 19 so it's not a 1940s
like 80s, I think. Yeah, no, it's not like an ancient. But The Rocketeer comic created by 1982 by
Oh, okay.
Dave Stevens. And so, yeah, no, but like it is one of those perfect adaptations, and I think it was
such a good movie, man.
Oh
Such a
my
good movie.
stars! Like
If you love Jennifer Connelly, man,
yeah,
dude,
like
she is
that and
smoking in
Career
this
Opportunities are your two.
Yeah, well, career opportunities for the horse ride
for the horse ride.
God damn it, we lost a sub. This always happens.
I
what?
know.
Oh, it's because
Whatever.
Scotty
They couldn't
said he
take the
hated
heat.
us. It's because Scotty said he hated us.
No, it's just
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
you never
I'm
know
just
when you're gonna.
No, I'm just kidding.
Sometimes you lose a sub because it wasn't even a sub to begin with. You just didn't realize that it was like a fucking bot or something. You never know.
Right.
They're like, what? I heard there was going to be an Elvirus, and all it is these two guys talking to this hot chick.
I think if we, Scotty, I think if we had the whole show like this, we'd probably be in a better situation right there.
Yo,
But I think the
totes.
camera needs to be angled a little bit lower.
Well, no. Well, yes.
Sorry, Joe. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
Next time.
All right. Well, I
Well,
give on a cigarette. Do you want to?
Yeah, now we're going off the rails, so I guess we
Yeah,
should.
we're all just oogling.
Well, this was great. I think this was a fun one. I wasn't sure what to
Was.
expect, but everybody it was just kind of fun. So I hope,
Yeah,
Ben, I
good
hope
job.
you're feeling okay. Ben, my brother, Ben too. I'll text you after this and see if you're feeling all right. But Scotty, Joe, Elvirus, love you guys. And I'm glad we're back. The trio, the three amigos are back.
I
And
know, nice.
cheers, guys.
Cheers.
It's been a little bit since we were just sitting here, the three of us. So
It's great. I love it when we're on our horses.
we drink your cinema, guys. Have a good rest of your night.